Well, you work to earn a living, but on weekends comes the time you can do whatever turns you on. Get out and clear your mind. Me, I like football, so there's a lot of things around. When you line them up together, the footy wins hands down. There's a lot more things to football than really meets the eye. There are days when you could give it up. There are days when you could fly. You either love or hate it, depending on the score. When the team run out or they kick a goal, how's the mighty roar?
Welcome to the Northwest Christian Football League's Grand Final between the Circular Head Seagulls and the Boat Harbour Blues. The Seagulls have just broken through their banner onto the ground, and well, this is going to be a very even game indeed, with the main players for the Circular Head side to be Jason Upton, Michael Bryan, who played well last week. Nicky Smith, number 3, will be one to watch. Also another one to watch, looking down the list, would be number 4 in Marcus Poposky. Leighton Poke, the captain, number 16. Shane Richardson, number 15. And of the other players, to show out Lyndon Gale, 17. The main players in the Boat Harbour side to watch will be the association's best and fairest in Brad Hanson. He is number 13. Number 5, Andrew McLaren, the leading goal kicker for the association. Number 7, Peter Marshall. Number 9, Kevin Brooks. Looking down the list, number 23, Brendan Flint with the fluoro white legs. He will be an added acquisition to the Boat Harbour side. Then looking further down, Andrew Miller, 26. Looking further down the list, we see Mark Pearce, number 25. So all in all, it's going to be a great grand final, and we do trust you enjoy this video of the Northwest Amateur Christian Football League's 1992 grand final. Today's game, the central umpires being Blair Davis and David Cobbing. The boundary umpires Stuart Sayer and Pricey, and the 2 goal umpires would be Earl Gillow and Terry Thorpe.
Right, Grant.
Seagulls have won the toss.
Boat Harbour won the toss.
Boat Harbour won the toss, sorry, Ray. And by kicking. The ball's held aloft by umpire David Cobbing as he moves in to bounce the ball to put the grand final underway. There's the bounce. And the big fella Rawson got the tap. It comes down on the ground. The little bloke coming through was Carter. He picks up the ball, swings around on the right boot back towards the centre half forward position. Out comes Rawson, can't get the ball. Picked up there, it comes out to left, picked up by David Studdard, swings on the right boot back towards the centre of the ground. McLaren going into the ball, trapped and been held and will be paid the first free kick of the game. Andrew McLaren usually starts at full forward, the league's top goal kicker. Kicks a long kick down towards the centre half forward position. Out they come. The ball hits the ground. The flying doormat. Brooks in the van, but he can't get it. Cactus Ambrose picks up the ball. Handballs it wide. Andrew Miller in the van. Cactus runs straight over the top of him. There's Andrew Miller. Gets his boot to ball. It goes up towards the centre half forward position where it's picked up by the little bloke, Leary. And he shot it through, and it's a goal. First score of the game goes to Boat Harbour Blues. And a great goal there by Rod Leary. Comments from Ray Parry.
Yes, a good break there from the wing there by from that free kick to Andrew McLaren, and good play up there on the half forward line. Unfortunately, Anthony Ambrose didn't have enough support there when he handballed the ball back, and there's too many Blues there, and numbers won out in the finish.
Umpire Davis bounces the ball, up they go. Ashley Hall gets first touch of the ball, goes on the left foot, back towards centre half forward position. Ambrose in the van, picked up there by the big fella.
Gale.
Gale picked up the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Here comes this man, Carter again. He's a good player, this fella. He puts the boot into it, up towards the centre half forward position, and the mark taken in defence by Paul Hancock. Quite a strong mark taken at the centre half back position. On the left boot, he goes out wide on that far side of the ground. The ball hits the turf, picked up there by
Pierce.
Pierce, Mark. He handballs out. Picked up there. Then comes through Marcus Poposky. He goes on the right boot, fires towards goal. The ball holding up. Jason Upton can't quite mark the ball, and the ball has gone out of bounds in the forward pocket.
On the full too.
On the full, I believe. On the full. Yes, paid out on the full by umpire Gillow, the goal umpire. There's the kick back into play. Goes back towards the centre of the ground. Trying to tap the ball forward there was Leighton Pope. The ball comes out now as the players converge. Hanson flies in on top of the ball. There's a scramble. Umpire Cobbing calls play on. Picked up there by the Boat Harbour player and can't quite pick him up, but at mark has been taken by the man with the fluoro legs, Chook Flint. Flint will go on the right boot. There's the big towering kick right up towards the centre half forward position. Ambrose in the van can't mark the ball. The ball hits the ground. Here they come. Through picked up by Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller can't get the boot to the ball. Here's a chance for Sean Radford. He picks up good smother there. A great smother by the Seagulls player there in number 7. And he's not
number 7.
Not down there. But it's through for a point. There's the kick in. Back towards the circle where the players converge on the ball. And there's a pack here and the umpire Blair Davis will call for a ball up.
Just trying to pick out who that player would be. There goes the bounce now from Blair Davis. He falls over as he does it. The ball now on the half forward flank there for Boat Harbour. Brad Hanson's got the ball. He's tackled fairly high and gets one for too high. Plays on straight away and finds his man there in Flint again.
Those four legs standing out there.
He'd put this fairly well up there, I think. He's a good kick of the ball. Flint now coming in for his kick, big high kick. Who's underneath it? Miller goes over the top of his man. There was a little bit stiff there not to give away a kick.
Poposky in the van. He swings on the right boot up towards the centre of the ground. An umpire coming to send infringement. It'll go to Leighton Pope right on that far side wing.
Mark Pierce standing on the mark there. A bit untidy getting the ball back. Now Leighton Pope about to have his kick. Good long kick down into the forward line. Shane Richardson leads out. Nicky Smith takes a good mark. Nicky ought to nearly have a shot from there. No, he's looked for Rod Marthick in the pocket and Rod Marthick hasn't let him down. Shane Richardson all on his own there just at the point of the square. No, he's going to have a shot though.
Marthick lines up.
Fair.
About 30 metres out.
The angle's a bit acute though. What's he done with this? He's kicked it, I think. Yes, I feel. Yes, good goal out of Rod Martin.
That was a bit of good play there too, Ray. The Seagulls were pretty menacing when they went forward on that occasion, and of course the big fellow Rod Marty up there in the full forward line took the good mark and popped it through, and that takes the score on to that's Seagulls' first goal. They're 1-6, trailing Boat Harbour, who are 1-7.
Yes, they're holding their marks well for early in the game. Usually grand finals are fairly scrappy early, but they're holding their marks very well.
Down. Tyler gets the ball, sends it out, Flint nearly marks it. In comes through for Posky. Flint laying over the top of the ball, and umpire Cobbing says, give it to me, I'll bounce it on the right half forward flank for Boat Harbour, kicking towards the town end of the Wynyard ground. There's the bounce, a good bounce too. Up they go, the big fella comes through and gets the tap. That was...
Carter got the kick there.
Carter got the kick out. Comes through, a player coming through there was...
It's gone down into the centre half forward position for the Blues, and there's a free kick there going to the Seagulls, and it'll go to... who's that fella? Number 7.
I don't know, he's one that's not in the list, right?
Yeah, we're just got to try to work out who that... Would that be Marshall?
Anyway, Posky has taken the mark.
I think it'd be Marshall.
On the half-back flank. There's Posky's kick up to the centre. Studdard spills the mark, quite easy mark. Through comes that man. No, it's Andrew Paposky. Out to Brian. Brian across to Nicky Smith. Here comes a goal. And a good shot there from Nicky Smith. He's driven it through. And Seagulls have got their second. Seagulls, 2 goals, 12 points. Leading Boat Harbour 1-7.
There's good team play. Good team play there by the Seagulls. They're looking where they're kicking it this year. Last year in the grand final, people were just putting it on the boot, but this year I think there's a lot more system in the play from both sides. Both sides are kicking the ball fairly well to a man.
Ball back in the centre. Cobbing with the ball. He comes in now to bounce the ball. Put the play underway again. There's the bounce. Big Ralston gets the tap. Comes out the flying doormat. Brooks can't pick up the ball. He puts it, handballs out. The players are going in hard to the ball, and umpire Blair Davis says,
no, he's going to
paid a free kick.
Paid a free kick to the man on the bottom of the pack.
Is going to Ralston. Ruth Ralston with the ball. There's his kick. High in the air up towards the centre half forward position, and the mark taken by David Studdard, the captain coach of the Boat Harbour side. Studdard with the ball. He's going to come out onto this grandstand side. No, he decides to go up the centre with a towering punt kick. Out they come. Nobody gets possession of the ball. They're fighting for the ball there now. It's the Boat Harbour bloke pulled off the ball. The Boat Harbour bloke there in Daniel Wilson was pulled off the ball, but the ball has gone out of bounds on the right, left half forward flank for the Boat Harbour Blues.
Good throw in there by boundary umpire Sayer there. His first throw in the grand final. A very good throwing. And the ball's bottled up there on the half forward flank. Seagulls winning it down their side there. I can't quite pick up the players there. It's a long way away over there.
Certainly is. The ball's gone out of bounds right in front of the scoreboard and will be thrown in again. Ashley Hall and Ralston to do battle. Ralston gets the tap. It comes the flying doormat. Brooks sweeps on the ball on his left boot. Drives it deep into the forward pocket, but it's out of bounds on the full. In the left forward pocket for Boat Harbour, kicking towards the Wynyard end of the ground.
I think he kicked that one before he lifted his head to see what was up there. I think he just kicked that thinking somebody was on his hammer, but no talking out there, and just a lazy kick and straight out on the full.
There's the kick back into play. Goes back towards the scoreboard, by under the scoreboard. Picked up there by Miller again. He's been pretty nifty in this first quarter. There's the kick, goes up towards Radford. Knocked away from him. Coming through there.
There's Jamie Upton, I think. Jamie Upton.
And it's Jamie Upton to take the kick. Halfway between centre half forward and centre half back. He puts the ball out on this wing. Came the wrong side of the ground. Here's a chance. McLaren picks up the ball. Fires up towards the big ones. Radford spills the mark. It's gone into the forward pocket. Picked up there by that number 7 again. He's kicked it out wider on the flank now. It's picked up by Matty Redmond. Swings on the right boot up towards the full forward position. But the ball will go through for one behind. One behind, and that takes Boat Harbour Blues on to 1-2, which is 8. And the Circular Head Seagulls, 2 goals, 12 points. There's the kick in. Comes back out, coming the wrong side of the ground, the Seagulls. Nearly a good mark there. The ball's kicked off the ground. Here's a race for the ball now. Cactus Ambrose in the van. He shepherds off for Andrew Poposky. The ball is smothered there by Harding. Harding sends it long towards full forward. Over the back of the pack and it's rolled through. He's kicked the goal. He's kicked the goal. Harding has kicked the goal. The ball went over the top of the pack. I thought Radford might have got his hands to it, but it went over the top of the pack and has rolled through for a goal. And that was a very good goal. And Seagulls paid the penalty there for playing the wrong side of the ground. With the breeze blowing over into that other pocket, they've come out the wrong side of the ground and paid the penalty by indirect football.
And that was Harding kicked that goal from the half-back flank. He chased the ball right up the ground and perseverance paid off.
Made a name for himself in the grand final. Umpire Cobbing puts ball to turf once again. Ralston can't get the ball this time. Salter swoops on the ball. In comes Leighton Poke. He picks up the ball. Goes on the right boot out towards the half-forward line. They go up to and the mark has been taken there by Fred Pearce. Fred Pearce, he'll swing onto that right boot and drive it. Oh, dog of a kick, but has found his man. Hit him on the chest in Redmond. There it goes forward. Radford hits it over the back. Here's a go. The flying doormat swooping in on the ball, but the ball has gone out of bounds right beside the behind post for Boat Harbour. Deep into attack.
It was good play there by Radford, but unfortunately it was probably hit it a little bit too hard, and it beat the ball beat the boundary line. Beat the players of the boundary line.
There's the throw-in. Ball hits the ground. Kicked off the ground there by Ambrose. The ball goes back towards the centre half forward position. Ashley Hall coming through. Eyes for the ball. They're being tackled from everywhere. The ball hits the ground. They're still scrimmaging for the ball. It comes out now. Knocked out forward by the Seagulls towards the boundary line. And I think the ball, no, it's close to the boundary, but umpire Cobbing says, give me the ball. I'll ball it up, fellas. Right in front of the goal, right in front of the scoreboard. In this first quarter of the Christian League Grand Final for 1992. There's the bounce, up they go. And Ralston working like a man possessed in the ruck, knocks it out. There's a scramble for the ball, the players are all in there and umpire Cobbing says, give me the ball fellas, I'll bounce it again in that right in front of that scoreboard. A popular place there, Ray.
Yes, there's been a lot of play in that corner of the ground. Maybe we need to pay double length for that side of the ground.
Comments there from Ray Parry. Now the ball hits the ground, coming through there. For the Seagulls was Bradley Hanson, the league best and fairest. Out it comes to Redmond. Redmond swings it around, but Cactus Ambrose has taken the mark in that left forward pocket. Ambrose now with a towering punt kick out towards that far side, and the ball will beat Bradley Hanson, the league's best and fairest, out of bounds, right on that centre wing. Well, the ground in reasonably good condition there too, Ray.
Yes, it's an interesting move. Brad Hanson playing on the wing rather than in the centre. He's played nearly all his football on the centre, and they put him out in the wing today, so it'll be interesting to see how that comes off.
From that throw-in, Poposky got the ball and drove it forward, only to be thwarted there by Studdard. Studdard kicks the ball back towards the centre half forward position, and the mark has been taken
by Gale.
By Gale. Lyndon Gale sends the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Here they go, the Seagulls are going forward now. Nicky Smith's got possession of the ball from the 40-metre line, fires towards goal, and it's gone through for one behind. One behind only, and that takes circular head on to 2-1-12, trailing Boat Harbour 2-2-14 here in the first quarter. There's the kick in, goes out wide, picked up by Bradley Hanson. He has one bounce, puts a player off guard, two bounces. Now a little short kick. It only travels about 15-20 metres. Through comes the circular head right there. He can't pick up the ball. Redmond with eyes for the ball. He can't pick it up. The ball's now it's picked up. Oh, a good tackle there. The ball's thrown away, and he was caught with the ball. That Seagulls player, and Chook Flint with those fluoro legs takes the kick again on that far side. There's a better kick from Flint as it goes up towards centre half forward, and Peter Marshall has taken the mark. Peter Marshall.
Just too tall there, and he's a very hard man to reach over.
There's his kick. He comes across the ground. He's
looking for Leary.
Andrew McLaren, but Andrew McLaren couldn't get it. And the mark has been paid, has it?
No, I think he's going to ball it up. I think the way he's standing. No, he's paid.
Marking the ground. And it's Rod Leary with the ball, I believe, Ray.
Yes, Rod Leary kicked the first goal. He's going for number 2, number 3 for the Blues.
He comes from 35 metres, fires for goal.
I think that's all right.
By umpire Terry Thorpe. And another one on the board to the Boat Harbour Blues. They now move on to 3-2, which is 20 points, leading Circular Head Seagulls 2-1-13.
But
in the first quarter of the grand final.
Boat Harbour's goals have been kicked 2 by Rod Leary and 1 by Harding. what's his first name?
Neil.
Neil Harding.
Neil Harding. Off the
And
back line.
for Seagulls, Nicky Smith has kicked one, and Rod Marthick has kicked the other.
Umpire David puts ball to turf. Up they go. Ralston again gets the tap, but they're losing out of the centre here as Brad Hanson swoops on the ball, sends it up towards the half-forward line. Brooks hits the ball back into play. Ambrose in the van. Tackled when he never had the ball. Should have got the free kick, but he never. He's in after it again. He's got it. He tries to kick it off the ground. Nearly kicked his own player. The ball comes out loose. Picked up there by Redmond. Now the ball's loose again.
Leary.
Another go for the ball. The ball comes out and he was caught with the ball. He threw the ball, said umpire Davis, and Leighton Pope will take the kick on the half-back line. No, it's not Leighton Pope. It is it Lyndon Gale?
Yeah. No, I think it's Duncan Spinks.
There's the kick, back towards the centre, a grubby old kick. Goes back towards the centre of the ground. Out comes a hand pass from a Seagulls player. Brad Hanson swoops on the ball. He's been tackled. Good handball there. Across to McLaren. McLaren puts the ball up forward, but that man, number 7 again, has taken the mark at the full-back position.
I think that's got to be Marshall.
Marshall, is it?
I think it's got to be...
Marshall's kick goes out underneath the scoreboard again, and the ball will run out of bounds underneath the scoreboard once again, and that will be the most popular place on the ground so far.
Yeah, he's the only one I can't pick up that's on the actual starting lineup that I can't pick up and put a number to, so I'd say it would have to be Marshall.
Flint gets the boot the ball after that throw-in. Wasn't very good kick. It's picked up there. Now tried to pick up there by Matthew Redmond. He can't pick it up the ball. Ball comes out loose. Players coming from everywhere. As it goes down, Brian chasing the ball. He knocks the ball back, and I think it'll go out of bounds again. Yes, it does. Right under that scoreboard again, and the umpire will throw the ball in again. There's the throw-in. High in the air it goes. And this time Pearce was in front. Ralston, the ball's on the ground. Picked up there by a circular head player. Can't get his boot to the ball. Picked up by
Miller.
Miller gets a little half kick in there. Now the ball comes out. Picked up here by Andrew McLaren.
This is dangerous.
He's around goals, this fella, as he fires from him. And he's missed it. One behind only to Boat Harbour, taking them on to 3-3-21, leading circular head 2-1-13.
Yes, he had a bit more time, I think, than what he realised there. He could have steadied. There wasn't anyone really on his hammer, and 11 minutes 20 to go, so plenty of time left in this first quarter. Well, there's nearly got to be a free kick, if not a mark, there to Michael Bryant.
Ryan goes out wider on this ground, so they're playing the wrong side of the ground, the Seagulls. Nicky Smith takes the mark. He plays on. He's looking around for something to do. Very indirect kick. He's picked up now by the circular head bloke. He had the ball. What was the interpretation? He didn't have the ball, said the umpire.
I think he dealt with him a bit harshly. I think that's what the thought was there. Yes. My word, he's getting a lot of kicks this quarter.
Certainly is. He's a great little player. Here's Marthick with the ball at the bottom of the pack. He puts it out, and the big fella picks up there. And who was that one, Raymond? Who was that bloke?
I was hoping he'd miss because I couldn't pick up who kicked it. There's nothing worse than when they come out of the pack like that. Yeah.
Andrew Poposky it was.
Fullback Crane, is it? Bringing the ball back in. Brings it right back to the centre. It's marked by Leighton Pope. Plays on quickly out to Dean Gray. And Dean Gray has a shot. Oh, a poor kick. And David Studdard has no trouble marking. Paul Hancock, sorry. I mistook him for the coach.
There he is, a kick back.
There's the coach there.
And players milling around now. They're going into the hard ball. Ball's on the ground, knocked out now, going Boat Harbour towards the centre of the ground. Andrew Miller fighting for the ball there with Brian.
He's outnumbered about 4-1 there, but he's done well, Andrew Miller. Very well played. Poor kick, but it's going to work to the team advantage.
Out of bounds in the left forward pocket.
A good play there by Andrew Miller. He was well and truly outnumbered there, but just paddled the ball along in front of him and gained at least, 60 metres for his team. So, very good play. The ball's thrown in right next to the point post there. Marshall too high there, gets the tap, but down to Jamie Upton. Goes out the wing, where there's only Boat Harbour Blues players there, picked up by Matty Redmond. Swings it back, and Peter Marshall's been held there, no free kick. And Ambrose gets a handball out to the wing to Marcus Poposky.
Old Cactus is playing well today, Ray. He's really got his mind
Oh
on his
yes,
job.
he's a good big man.
Here he is, the league best experienced, gets the ball out, looking for the flying door, Matt Brooks, and he's hit Chook Flint right on the button with the ball on the left half forward flank. Oh, Chook's kick up and under, up towards setting them up in the forward line. Here comes Jamie Upton. He kicks the ball out, and it's been marked there by the old fella himself, Cactus Ambrose.
I think
He wants to play on.
Sean Radford's got to get first grabs today at full forward if he's going to kick any goals. Against the lesser sides you can get away with second grab marks, but in a grand final you'll find the ball punched away too often. Ball's on the wing there now. Boundary umpire Stuart Sayer about to throw it in again. He's getting plenty of work today.
Really earning his money, Ray. There's Leighton Folk on the left boot up towards the half forward line, and a good mark there taken from the captain and the coach of the side, David Studdard. There's Gutsy's kick right up towards the centre half forward position. A beautiful kick. Marshall leads for the ball. The ball hits the ground and it's heading towards that place again, Ray. It's out of bounds again, right in front of that scoreboard on the far side of the ground. 3-3-21 Boat Harbour Blues. They're leading the Seagulls 2-2-14. There must be about 5 minutes left in this quarter. There's the throw in. Ralston gets the tap. It comes down to the ground. Kicked off the ground there by Pearce. It's up in deep in the forward pocket. Here they come fighting for the ball now. They're coming from everywhere. And the boundary umpire says, give it to me, fellas. It's out of bounds about 25 metres around from the behind post in Boat Harbour's left forward pocket.
Throw in again. Ruckman set themselves. Marshall against who was it? Yeah. Seagulls free kick. Adrian Ralston.
Oh, a real roof kick, that one. They call him Roof Ray because where they train down circular head, he gets the ball and kicks it high and hits the roof every time. So they give him the nickname Roof.
Yes, they're pretty good on the nicknames, the Seagulls, this year. I've noticed that quite a few of them have got nicknames. So all adds to the interest.
There is a nickname. There's Nick Smith. He overruns the ball. It comes out loose. But umpire said it was thrown, I believe, or a head-high tackle.
Head-high tackle, yes, and he didn't pay the advantage there. He felt he could have paid advantage there because the player was well and truly clear. The kick up centre half forward.
Dale Atkinson, long kick goes over the pack. Flying doormat. Here's Flint in after the ball again. He knocks the ball out. Good play there by Flint to knock the ball forward. Here comes another go. Leary picks up the ball, fires for goal, and he's missed. And it's one behind aim. That takes Boat Harbour Blues on to 3 goals for 22, and they are leading the Circular Heads Seagulls 2 goals to 14. And there's about 7 minutes left in this first quarter. First quarter of the 1992 grand final. What a grand final it promises to be. As the crowd rolls in, quite a good crowd, Ray.
Yeah, it's a good crowd. There's quite a few spectators here, probably be close to 100 at the moment. It seems like the ball's gone over into the bowling green. It's back now.
No doubt our illustrious timekeeper Malcolm Medcalf's got his finger poised on that button. There comes the ball, kicked back in, comes towards the centre of the ground. It's picked up by the little bloke there. Who's that, Ray? Kicked it up towards the centre half forward position. Nicky Smith's got the ball. He's looking for someone to get
good smother
there
there.
by Dale Atkinson. The ball comes out from Leighton Folk. A hand pass wild out. There's that little bloke of Posse again across to Nicky Smith. Nicky Smith to Jason Upton, and he's dropped it. Nicky Smith has dropped the goal.
Jason Upton kicked the goal.
Jason Upton has kicked the goal, and it was a good goal. He just dribbled it through off the end of his boot, and that takes Circular Head Seagulls now 2 points down. They're on 3-2, which is 20, and they're behind the Boat Harbour Blues, who are 3-4-22. So a very even first quarter, Ray, and not the fireworks that we did expect at one stage.
No, I thought it would have been a far more physical clash than what it's been, but it's been good skills. The marking and kicking to position has been excellent so far, and hopefully that can continue.
After the bounce of that ball, there's a bit of a scrimmage in the middle of the ground. They're trying to get the ball out, and umpire Cobbing says, ball, fellas, that's my ball, and I'll bounce it again in the centre of the ground. There's the bounce, up they go. And it's Ralston again. He's winning a lot of those taps, but he can't find his man. And there's another scrimmage. The ball goes in the air, knocked out there by Redmond. It's gone out towards where McLaren, Marshall shepherding off, and McLaren on the left boot. looking around, but a good mark taken by Jamie Upton. What a courageous
Yes, that's a good mark,
was.
that. Yes.
That was be one of the marks of the day so far.
I think that would be the mark of the day so far. Yes, he seems okay. I thought he hurt himself for a minute, but he seems okay. Brad Hanson runs under the ball and makes it a little bit easier for Michael Bryan then. And hand pass comes out. Brad Hanson. Oh. Free kick there to Marcus Poposky.
Poposky on the right foot up to the centre half ball position. Atkinson gives Nicky Smith a little shove out. The ball comes free. Picked up there by Ashley Hall. He'll go onto his trusty left boot. Back towards the centre half ball position where Peter Marshall has taken a good mark. Outboxed his opponent there and capped the centre rows that time.
Yes.
And a good mark taken at centre half forward. There's his kick. Looking up for Sean Radford. He underruns the ball. Here's the flying doormat. Brooks across to McLaren. McLaren swings it around and the ball will dribble through. It's a goal. Kicked by Andrew McLaren. Andrew McLaren kicks his first goal, the league's leading goal kicker, and he's kicked his first goal with about 3 minutes left on the clock here in this first quarter of the grand final. And that takes Boat Harbour Blues on to 4-4. 28, leading Circular Head Seagulls 3-2. 20. Now, umpire Blair Davis. That time, Fred gets the ball, but his kick's smothered. Here, out it comes now. Here they go fighting for the ball again. Cactus Ambrose coming through, pushes and shoves, dives on the ball, can't get it out.
I think the bit on,
there by Pearce. Pearce sends it back towards the centre. Good smother there by the circular head player. The ball comes out. McLaren with his second opportunity in a few minutes. The ball's there. The ball's there to be won. The circular head Seagulls dive on the ball, handballed it back into the wrong way of play. Here comes the ball now. It comes out. Ambrose has picked up the ball. Has one bounce. Comes out on his right. Oh, on a bad kick, but he's found the boundary line. He's found touch, and the ball has gone out of bounds on this right half forward flank, right in front of the canteen here at the Wynyard ground.
Yeah, Anthony's showing his disgust there at his teammates not making position further up the ground there. He had no one to kick to, so he hooked it towards the boundary line. I think that was a fairly deliberate bit of play there. Not saying that he put it out of bounds deliberately, but I felt he had no option.
Ryan on the right boot up towards that centre half forward position. They seem to be kicking the ball with great length both ways this way. Leighton Pope goes in after the hard ball. Here it comes again. The players fall on the ball now. Out comes the hand pass. Knocked away there by Dale Atkinson. Comes out to where Rod Leary and Marthy are going to the ball. Marthy knocks it forward. Coming through there is Seagull's player. Got his head nearly pulled off. But the ball's still loose. Picked up there by Richo. And Shane Richardson kicks it in and the umpire Covington's given the ball it up. It's about 35 metres out in front of the Seagulls goal. There they go. Nicky Smith gets the ball. Handball's out. Dale Atkinson knocks the ball back in. Picked up by Andrew Miller. Back towards the centre of the ground. Solder out puts Brian there. The ball's on the ground there to be won now. Circle head Seagulls. Pick up the ball. Here comes Ralston. Ralston coming through with sheer strength. The ball's hit back weighted back towards the centre of the ground. Out they come. In comes this little bloke Carter. He's had a terrific first quarter and gets a head-eye tackle from Flint. And Carter will take the free kick. He handballs out wide. Oh, put his man under pressure. The ball picked up by McLaren. He's put under pressure and helped when he never had the ball. He got rid of the ball. Was held.
It was a bit touchy, that one.
Umpire Davis had no hesitation in giving the free kick to Andrew McLaren. There's McLaren's kick up towards centre half forward position. A raking punt kick. And the umpire is Peter Marshall. Peter Marshall was held by Anthony Ambrose.
I think Peter's going to frustrate Anthony. He's a bit too tall and he just can't get the ball over him. Peter's playing in front, and I think he's going to frustrate Anthony. And
well, there's 6 of him there, Ray, and that's enough in anyone's language. Peter Marshall with the ball. He'll be about 35, 40 metres out. There's his kick. High in the air. It's sailing. And if it's not a goal, it should be a free kick. It is a goal, and Peter Marshall kicks his second goal, is it? Peter Marshall.
That's a big goal, Peter Marshall.
Peter Marshall has kicked the goal, and that takes the Boat Harbour Blues on to 5-4, 34, leading the second history goal 3-2-20. Umpire Cobbing about to put the ball back into play again. There's the bounce of the
Sit
ball.
down there and stop people coming up there, would you?
There's the bounce. Down it comes. Picked up by Andrew Miller. A right footer out of the centre. Sean Radford held when he never had the ball, but he grabs the ball and puts it over his shoulder, and it rolls out of bounds again in that left forward pocket.
A little bit of help with the commentary there for a minute.
Yeah, it certainly was. Very good to get a spell. There's the throw in. Up they go. Marshall tries to knock the ball over the back. Here's McLaren, swoops on the loose ball and buries it. Another goal to Boat Harbour. Boat Harbour 6-4-40, leading Circular Head Seagulls 3-2-20. And this quarter must be very, very close to finishing.
The goals for Boat Harbour: McLaren 2, Leary 2, Marshall 1 and Harding 1. So a good quarter for Boat Harbour. It was fairly even until the last 5 minutes, but Boat Harbour kicked away, and I'm sure Vern Pope will not be very happy with his charges there. We'll have a few words to say at quarter time to remind them of the job that they've got to do.
There is a breeze, Ray. It's blowing right across the ground, blowing into that left forward pocket for Boat Harbour. But Circular Head have been able to kick the ball this other way as well, and that has been causing some worry, as the Seagulls have been playing the wrong side of the ground, in my opinion. Been coming out this side when they should be playing the other side. Anyway, they've got a free kick there, and the ball goes up towards the centre half forward position. The loose ball is picked up there by Brian. Brian can't now. He gathers it again, kicks it high in the air. Here comes Dale Atkinson and Nicky Smith after the ball. Smith with the front position. Here comes Studdard. Smith boxing for it, hits the ball back towards Marthy. Marthy gets across to Poposky. Poposky on the right boot. Shoots the goal, and I think he put it out of bounds. Out of bounds on the full in the right forward pocket for the Circular Head Seagulls, kicking towards the tape end of the ground here at Wing.
I think the Blues are using the ball far better than the Seagulls at the moment when they get it. They're looking for their men a little bit better, and the result is on the scoreboard.
That was the kicking by Crane back towards the centre of the ground. Ball goes loose, and Marcus Poposky has taken the mark just inside the circle. There's his kick, kicking into the teeth of the breeze, which is not a bad kick actually. And good mark, stationed by Jason Upton. Jason Upton has pulled down a beautiful mark, left forward pocket.
Jason Upton lining up for his second goal of the day. He's getting a little bit of assistance there from
And there's the siren. The siren has gone to end the first quarter with Boat Harbour Blues.
I think he's kicked it, yes.
6-4-40. Jason Upton has put through that goal, and that will take them on to
4 goals to
26. 4 goals to 26. So the scores here at quarter time in the 1992 Grand Final: Boat Harbour Blues 6-4-40 are leading Circular Head Seagulls 4-26.
Yes, a good quarter of football there, a good standard. It's be interesting to see whether the coaches make any changes. See Vern Poke there revving his boys up there already. He didn't waste any time for them to come into the huddle. He's revving them up there already, so I'm sure there'd be a little bit there, about 5 minutes to go there, that he wouldn't have been happy with in that quarter, but the Blues seem to be a little bit more calmer.
A little bit better under pressure, Ray.
Yeah, I was just looking at the huddles down there. They look to be fairly calm down there. I don't think they'd be taking it easy by any means, but still got Vern Poke's instructions to his players at quarter time. He's told the players to play with their men, to play down the grandstand side and down the centre, so that's interesting.
It's a bit different to the umpire Blair Davis about to put the ball in motion for this second quarter of the grand final. There it goes. Rolston again gets the tap. It comes out, picked up by Poposky. On the right boot up towards the centre half forward position. Knocked away by Studdard. Harding about the swoop on the ball. Knocks it out. Picked up by Pearce. A handball out. Picked up by Brian. Brian races through towards goal and taking the mark. Handballs across to Poposky, and Andrew Poposky has kicked the first goal of the second quarter. Andrew Poposky kicked the first goal of the second quarter, and that takes the Circular Head Seagulls on to 5 5-2-32, and Boat Harbour on 6-4-40. Well, a good quick goal there to the Seagulls, Ray.
Yeah, sorry, they're Dockos.
A good quick goal there to the Seagulls, and good play there. Jason Upton, seeing that Marcus Poposki was unmarked, and he ran through and dubbed the goal. Umpire Davis about to put the ball in motion again. There it is. There's the bounce. Ralston again gets the tap. This time it's picked up there by the little fella in Leary. He sends it up towards the centre half forward position. Marshall can't mark the ball. Picked up there by number 22 of Circular. Poposki gets the ball. He goes on the right boot looking for Nicky Smith, and he's found him. Nicky Smith has marked the ball on the right half forward flank. He would be about 45-50 metres out from goal. With the wind right behind him, a beautiful kick right up into the teeth of goal. Brad Hanson knocks the ball away. The ball's on the ground, it's loose in the square and hits the post, but umpire Davis has come in the meantime and says, give it to me fellas, I'll ball it up. Umpire Davis is going to ball it up about 5-6 metres in from the point post.
Mark Pearce doing the rucking against Rod Marthick by the look of things, and this will be an interesting ruck duel, this one. There's a lot at stake at this one. And
out comes the ball. Brad Hanson swoops on the loose ball. There's his kick back towards the centre of the ground. Leighton Pope making great pace. Picked up by Dale Atkinson. He handballs it. Ambrose with a hefty punch of about 25-30 metres. Picked up by the little fellow in Carter. Across there, he puts it across to Nicky Smith. Nicky Smith to Poposki, and Poposki skew whip puts it out of bounds in that left pocket. And that's where most of the play will be today, Ray, as they kick that in.
yes, there's a lot of play in that forward pocket from the goal post there round to the scoreboard. There's been probably more than half the players been around in that corner of the ground.
There's the throw in. The ball comes loose. There comes another kick off the ground there for the Boat Harbour side. Comes back to Andrew Miller. He gets the ball and kicks it back to the centre of the ground. No Boat Harbour boo face. Here comes Matthew Redmond after the ball. He dives on top of it. There's 3 Seagulls to 1 Boat Harbour. Ashley Hall swings on the boot. He'll go onto his trusty left boot. Drives it up towards full forward. Playing from behind Radford. You can't do that, but he gets the ball.
Peter Marshall.
Across to Peter Marshall, and Peter Marshall has kicked the goal. Peter Marshall, a good goal from Peter Marshall. I thought Radford was playing from behind that time. He was behind, but the ball came over the back and he knocked it out. Marshall picked up the ball and kicked the goal. So that's Boat Harbour now on to 7 goals for 46, 42, 46, and 3 goals of 5, 32.
Number 7 was Michael Cameron, the bloke we didn't know last quarter.
Michael Cameron, thanks very much for that information. Number 7 is Cameron.
Yeah, I had noticed number 22 down here would be Michael Marshall, that we were calling number 7. So
there's the bounce again. The ball comes loose, picked up by Poposki. That's Marcus Poposki. Goes on the left foot, knocked away from Marthick that time, but picked up there by Brian. He kicks the ball into Andrew Miller. Miller kicks the ball off the ground. Here comes the charge of the Light Brigade. Miller in front, pushed over. Then comes Solder. Solder hasn't got the ball. He's grabbed. Andrew Miller comes in. Now there'll be a free kick for pushing in the back.
yes,
And the kick will go to Brian. Brian put himself under pressure that time. Chook Flint couldn't hold the mark. Kicks the ball off the ground out towards Miller. Solder gets the ball. He's met Solly, but the other bloke at the Boston went down. That was unusual there, Ray.
yes.
Straight off him and went down.
Went down in a big way, yeah. Marcus Poposki.
Brian kicks the ball off the
Oh,
players. Here's Upton. Upton swoops on the ball, kicks it and hit the post. Well, there was a goal for the asking, and Jason Upton swooped on the ball, kicked it loosely off the ground and straight into the base of the post.
I feel there's a bit of a lack of talking there by the Seagulls. There's 3 of them there, and I don't think Jason knew that. I just don't feel they're talking very well. And
There's Marcus Poposki back up and going again, and a good mark there. Who's that young Carter?
Carter
He's
again.
playing a good game for the Seagulls, Ray.
Yes, he'd be probably the best player over the 2 quarters so far.
There's his kick, looking for... Oh, a good mark, Jason Upton.
Yes.
That would be the mark of the day so far.
Yes.
A very good mark, Jason Upton, right on the end of the 10-yard square or 10-metre square, and this with a chance to bridge the gap even further. very deliberate about his kick, straight through the middle.
Straight through the middle. That's 3 goals to Jason Upton.
Okay by me.
3 goals now to Jason Upton. The Seagulls goal kickers are Jason Upton 3 and singles to Andrew Poposky, Rod Marthick and Nicky Smith. There must be another one somewhere. No, that's right, 6. While both Harbour Blues goals have been kicked, 2 by Andrew McLaren, 2 Peter Marshall and 2 to Rod Leary and a single to Harding. Yield.
Taking for a while for the ball to get back to the centre of the ground, but eventually gets back and where David about to put the ball into motion again. There's the bounce. Up they go. Ashley Hall got the tap this time where it went out, picked up by the Seagulls, and Rod Marthick has come through a good hand pass out to
Marcus Poposky.
He sends the ball deep forward. Nicky Smith can't mark it. Andrew Miller having a good battle with Nicky Smith. The ball comes out again, picked up by the little fella in Dean Gray, but the handball goes astray and over the line for a throw in about 25-30 metres around from the Seagulls goal here, kicking towards the Wynyard end of the ground.
Boundary umpire Sayer bringing the ball back in.
Ball comes out loose. Picked up there by Rod Leary. Rod Leary swings on his right feet back towards the centre of the ground. Here's a chance for the Seagulls. Taken by Brian. Brian plays on, kicks it up forward, and the mark has been taken by Shane Richardson. Shane Richardson goes on the right boot. Oh, tackled there, but the ball sails up in towards the forward pocket and will roll over the boundary and out of bounds in the left forward pocket, only about 5 metres around from the left-hand point post.
We've seen the ball there a time or two today, haven't we?
Yes, umpire Greg Price puts the ball back into play. The ball goes over the back, picked up there by Hancock. He handballs out to who was that player? Couldn't pick him up there for the minute. The ball comes back, picked up by Chook Flint. We can pick him up with those fluoro white legs. The ball goes back towards the centre of the ground. Here's a tackle being put on by McLaren. It's picked up there by the Seagulls and shot forward. And the ball bounces. Hasn't got the ball. Now he's been tackled. He hasn't got the ball in the back. Umpire's really letting them go here. And now he blows the whistle and says, "Give it to me, fellas." And
this is on for young and old,
Leighton Pope demonstrates there that he wasn't at all pleased with that. And umpire Blair Davis says, "Give it to me, fellas, it's my ball." Ashley Hall gets the ball onto his left boot, kicks it back towards the centre of the ground. Boat Harbour bloke turned his back on the play there. Picked up by Brian. Brian sends the ball forward where Nicky Smith is marked. Right on the line. Handball across to Marcus Poposky. Poposky sets sail for home. Oh, the ball hits the base of the post once again, and it's twice in this quarter that the Seagulls have hit the post. The score's been Boat Harbour Blues 7-4-46 are leading the Circular Head Seagulls 6-4-40. Or is it 5-4? 6-4 by the way.
6-4, 2 goals this quarter.
There comes the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Andrew McLaren has taken a good mark in the centre of the ground for the Boat Harbour side. Andrew McLaren, the leading goal kicker with 50-odd goals this year. There's a short pass, looking for Brad Hanson. Brad Hanson picks up the ball, plays on, drives. Oh, mangled after he kicked the ball, and the ball has been marked in the forward pocket there.
By Rod Leary, is it? No, 71, there's Danny Wilson.
Danny Wilson is marked in the left forward pocket, kicking towards the tapering of the ground. He plays on, shoots the ball out in front of goal, and the mark has been taken by Matthew Redmond. Matty Redmond.
He'll kick this one, I think, or
much of a muchness this kick, Ray. He'd
be 35, would he? Yeah.
Yeah, 35 metres, but he didn't go in. Gives him a wider option at the goal. There's Redmond's kick for goal, and it looks okay to me.
There was a free kick down the goal square anyway, I reckon.
And a good goal kick there, and Circular Head's seeming to come a little bit rattled here at the moment. They're starting to push and shove a bit, and this doesn't look good for them at the moment. They did this last week in the game against Leven Hawks, got rattled a little bit and lost concentration, and this is one of the things coming into the game that some people doubted, whether they had the concentration to pay the 100 minutes out.
Yes, and I don't think they can expect to come back the same way as they did last week against the Boat Harbour Blues. I think they're a stronger unit than the Leven Hawks, but time will tell.
From that bounce, the flying doormat got the ball and kicked it forward, but it was picked up by Marcus Poposky. Marcy comes through, can't pick up the ball. Nicky Smith's got the ball. Handball's over the back. Here's little Dean Gray going into the ball. He grabs it onto his right boot, brings it around. Jason Upton couldn't get to the ball, and the ball's rolled out of bounds in that right forward pocket. Jason Upton giving them something to kick to up forward, Ray, moving around well, but they're not putting the ball all that well to him.
No, I think Sean Crane there's going to have his hands full by the end of the day, but I don't think there's many other options at full-back for them.
After that throw-in, Studdard comes through. He was tackled high, but the umpire said free kick for holding the ball, and Marcus Poposky will take the kick. He would be no more than 25-30 metres out on a slight angle, and this should be a goal to the circular head Seagulls. So all eyes on Marcus Poposky as he's very deliberate with this shot. There's his shot for goal. Not known for his goal kicking ability, but
And kick the
one
point.
behind only. One behind only, and that takes the circular head Seagulls onto
Oh, that one's gone, but yeah, just make sure that they keep their distance.
6 goals, 5. They're from the kick in from Crane. The ball hits the ground. Players going everywhere, and umpire Cobbing says, give me the ball, I'm going to bounce the ball right at the centre half forward position. There's a bounce. Marcy gets the tap, it comes out. Dean Gray can't get the ball. Studdard comes through. Now Dean Gray's got the ball again. Handball out to Nicky Smith.
He'll
All
kick
the
goal
time in
there.
the world. This should be a goal.
He hit
and
the
he
post.
hit the post again. Nicky Smith has hit the post 3 times this quarter. Circular head have hit the post. And Nicky Smith, with all the time in the world, could have ran right to the line and drilled it properly. And this is a sign that, well, Circular Head are well renowned for, Ray, their inability to kick goals.
It's the shades of 1990 when they had the game shot to pieces, but their inaccurate kicking kept the Tigers in the game, and eventually the Tigers ran away and won.
From that kicking by Crane, the ball is now on the centre wing where the ball has been carted forward by Hanson. He pulls a player off the ball, picked up there by the Circular Head Seagulls. By Poposky, I think it was, kicked it back there. Picked up by Redmond. Redmond goes on that right boot back up towards the half-forward position, the pack fly. The ball hits the ground. Good shepherding there by Flint. The ball picked up there by that player. Just can't get him at the moment. I think it's Rod Leary. Picks up the ball.
That's Leary, yeah.
Tackles again. There's the ball, handball at the base of his feet. McLaren scoops on the ball. The player's got the ball. He's not trying to do anything. Should be penalised for holding the ball, but the umpire said no.
I think Andrew McLaren took the wrong option. Then he tried to kick it off the ground where if he'd picked it up, he would have been clear of his man. And he kicked it sort of back to his man. So.
Lawson once again gets the tap. The ball comes out to Brian. Brian kicks the ball forward looking for Nicky Smith. Nicky Smith knocks it forward to Dean Gray. Dean Gray off the carpet. Through comes the big fella there.
Crane, isn't it?
Crane for Boat Harbour. The ball picked up there by Brian again. He's been in everything this quarter. A high kick looking for Marthy. Marthy can't mark the ball, but it's knocked through for one behind, and that takes Circular Head Seagulls on to, what is it, 5 goals?
6 goals, 7.
6
6 goals, 7.
6 goals, 7,
43.
To Boat Harbour Blues, 8-4-52. Crane puts the ball back into play again with a kick up to the centre of the ground. Nicky Smith in the van. Can't mark the ball. Picked up by
Miller.
Andrew Miller. Miller kicks the ball back towards the centre. Whereas picked up there by Cameron, I think. No, it wasn't Cameron, it's Marshall. Marshall gets the ball again, kicks it out wide, looking for Nicky Smith. Nicky Smith makes space for the ball, can't handle it. Now he does, he picks up, swings on his left boot, up towards the centre half forward position with a good markation there by Jason Upton. He handballs out to the man running forward. Took his eyes off the ball. Little Dean Gray picks up the ball, puts it across to Shane Richardson. Richardson puts it in towards goal, and Marty kicks the goal. Good play, certainly. You struggled for that one, fellas, but you deserve the goal because you made the ball your object. You went at it hard and end up with Rod Marty kicking the goal, a badly needed goal by the Circular Head Seagulls.
There's a few nervous fumbles there along the way, though, but it was a good goal there in the finish.
8 goals, 4, 52. Boat Harbour to 7-7, 49. There's the although there's been a penalty paid here.
Going to
Boat Harbour, and Ashley Hall will take the kick right in the centre of the ground.
Yes.
Ashley Hall.
Somebody a bit too eager there to get into the action and paid the penalty. Oh, she's going to make that. That'll bring rain.
Yeah,
That was good.
Good pass.
Good pass,
Good
yeah.
pass, yes. Pass of the day. There's Salter's kick up towards that half forward. Players juggling to the ball. Through comes the big fella. Gets a bit of a backhander. Through comes Marcus Poposky.
He lost a bit of ground there, Marcus, and
Hit the ball out in front. Now hits it across. And this man again. It's kicked up towards by Marshall up towards the centre half forward position. Andrew Poposky across from Martin. Kicked his second goal in 2 minutes. Good play there by the Circular Head 3 goals. And they've kicked their second goal in 2 minutes. And well, right.
they're back in front. They're back in front.
They're fighting back. They've hit the front, and through sheer possession winning and going at the ball hard, they've forged their way to the front in this grand final.
Yes, good team play there with running in numbers for the Seagulls, and it's going to really test Boat Harbour now to see whether they can answer the challenge and stop the rot and post one in answer to those last two.
12 minutes left in the second quarter, and there's the tap go from the big fella there. It goes across, players been grabbed, and
Flint
has got the kick. Brendan Flint, number 23 for the Boat Harbour side, has got the free kick right in the centre of the ground. He goes out of the mud patch. This will be a big kick, I would say. Oh, he's gone out the wrong side of the ground, but the man in front, McLaren, he was tackled high and drops the ball, and Leighton Pate with his fearsome tackling gets the free kick. There's Leighton Pate's kick up towards the half forward line. Nicky Smith couldn't get to that one. Andrew Miller and Smith having a very good battle on that half-back flank and half-forward flank, Ray.
Yes, it's having a really good battle for a man with experience. Andrew Miller's got his playing an experienced man like Nicky Smith very well.
Here's
Carter again.
Carter again. My word, he's a goer. Comes across towards Jason Upton. He shows him the ball, goes onto his right boot, kicks the ball up looking for Nicky Smith. Nearly a good mark by Nicky Smith. Should have been paid. The ball comes loose. Out coming there, tackled high, was Ashley Hall. He kicks the ball back towards the centre half forward position. Picked up by Carter. Carter, tried to put him intercepted there by Bradley Hanson. He goes straight through the centre of the ground up towards the centre half forward position. Marshall's out of... here's the flying goal match, sweeps on the ball. He sets sail for goal. Up towards the full forward position. The man in front knocked away. Picked up there by the big fella. But the umpire says no.
Yes, off the ball there. One off the ball there to Cameron.
And Cameron has played off.
He's got to go beyond the mark there.
He's going to be made go back over his mark and kick the ball. Cameron with the ball. Back towards the centre of the ground. There's a push in the back if I ever did see one. And the free kick will go to Bradley Hanson. Been very, hasn't been real conspicuous today, Ray.
Not yet, no. It's often the way first game after winning a best and fairest. You often see blokes, put under a bit
out of position too, playing wing. Now he's starting to come
put under a bit extra.
Leighton Pate sweeps on the ball, goes through the centre, has one bounce, two, there's his kick, a long driving kick up towards the full forward position. The ball spills free, but Marty can't get back to the ball, and the ball goes through for another point. Another point to the Circular Head Seagulls, and they move on to, 8 goals, 8, 56, and 8-4, 52 Boat Harbour. Sean Crane puts the ball back into play, up towards the centre of the ground. Good mark has been taken there by Brian. Brian with a little short, looking for Marthy. Marthy couldn't mark the ball. Now the ball blokes again. Marthy drives on the ball, tackled by Harding. There's the little bloke, Dean Gray, gets on the left foot, up towards the full forward position. Jason Upton, handball back to the goal square, no one there. Oh, good play there. He handballed to no one. Here's a chance. Poposky picks up the ball, kicks towards goal, and the ball will run out of bounds again in that left forward pocket, a couple of metres away from the left hand behind post.
I think
the winged end of the ground.
There's a lot of bluff calling back there. I think there's a lot of calling, and players are responding to the call and not looking, and finding that there's a person there in the opposite jumper.
Poposky can't miss from here. Umpire Sheriff turns his back on the play, but no doubt Poposky just walked through there, took the ball and dobbed it fair through the centre, and they're starting to look good, the Circular Head side, Ray.
Yes, they're looking good now. Yeah, and there's still plenty of time this quarter to really set up a good lead at half time and to give them something to fire on in the second half. They've proven final half finishes, so things are looking a little bit ominous for the Boat Harbour Blues.
The crowd continues to come in here, Ray. It's a very good crowd now.
Yes, good numbers. Both teams have got good amount of supporters, so it's good to see. And plenty of cars in here.
Bounce by umpire Davis, puts the ball to the ground, picked up there again by Brian. He couldn't get his boot to the ball that time. It comes out and the mark has been taken there by number 17, Lyndon Gale.
Yep.
He went to handball to the Boat Harbour man, kicks the ball back towards centre half forward, where a gutsy mark has been taken by the man they call gutsy, David Studdard.
9 minutes left in the quarter too, so there's plenty of time yet for both sides to establish some sort of ascendancy before half time.
A lovely kick there by Studdard. The ball comes loose, picked up by Andrew McLaren. Shook Flint with the ball. Tackled head high by two players there. Could have got two free kicks, and will finally take the free kick on this grandstand side of the ground. He puts the ball out wide, looking for McLaren. McLaren playing from behind. You can't do that, man, on a day like today. Picked up by Leighton Pope. He can't get rid of the ball. Picked up by Poposky, who's lifted this quarter. And a tackle put on there by Fred Pierce, but the ball goes out of bounds right in front of us, in front of the main grandstand here at the Wynyard ground. Umpire Starr puts the ball back into play. Up they go, the big fellas go. Walton gets the tap, it comes down to where Andrew Poposky. Through comes the veteran Farris, Ben Hanson. He puts the duff.
Too slow, Dale.
Action from the ball. Picked up there by Brian. Brian sends it back towards the centre of the ground. Here's Jason up and swoops on the ball. He's wrong-footed, two players, handballs to no one. The ball comes out short now. Now a good play by Nicky Smith. Picked up by Dean Gray as he heads for goal. And he's put another one through. And they're looking good. They're looking good, the Circular Head Seagulls. They're looking really good this quarter. They're piling on the goals, and that was good play there. And Dean Gray, what a good little player he is.
Yes, goals now for Seagulls. Rod Marthick with 3, Jason Upton with 3. Singles to Dean Gray and the two Poposkis. I think they're cousins. I don't think they're brothers.
Yes,
I think they're cousins.
Ray, I found that out last week. I was quite promptly put in my right place when I said they're brothers. They are cousins. Umpire put the ball back into play. There's the bounce.
Plenty of talk in the middle now. I'm getting fired up.
Knocks the ball out. Picked up by Poposky. Poposky puts it wide. McLaren's got 3 to beat. He can't do so. Picked up by the little fella there in Carter. He puts it out to Brian. Brian out to Gray. Here's this man Gray again. He's lifted in this quarter. Put it up forward. Oh, nearly a good mark taken there, but the ball will go out of bounds. Spills free and goes out of bounds in the right forward pocket, right beside the right-hand point post here at the Wynyard ground.
Yes, Seagulls are looking good at the moment.
Very good. Very ominous.
Yes, looking very good.
There's the throw in. Up they go. No one can get the ball. It's picked up here by Andrew Poposky. He can't get his boot to the ball. He tries again. Kicked into the man on the mark. Picked up by Paul Hancock. He kicks the ball back towards the centre half. Back.
Good mark.
Has been taken by Leighton Pope.
There's a good mark there by Leighton Pope.
Leighton Pope. He's lifted his work rate this quarter too. There's Pope's kick. Oh, a lovely kick. I think it's another one. That is. That's a team lifting goal. That's a real team lifting goal. And the Circular Head Seagulls are really looking good here now. As Vern Pope smiles.
Yes, that's a captain's goal, and when you're a captain and your dad's the coach, I think it'd bring a smile to the coach.
Yes, they're starting to look good, the Circular Head Seagulls. Plenty of run in their legs, and well, I'm a great believer in this. Having the week spell doesn't do you any good anymore, Ray. You've got to be playing. But there's still a long way to go. The lights come on here at Wynyard. There's the kick forward. Nicky Smith was marked. And he's marked about 25-30 metres out from goal. He's right in front. And here's a chance for another one.
Yes, I don't know what Boat Harbour can do to stop this, or what positional changes they could make.
Nicky Smith fires for goal. I think he's missed.
Yes.
Umpire Thorpe says one finger only, and that's another point for the Circular Head Seagulls. They move on to 11 goals, 9-75, and Boat Harbour Blues are 8-4-52.
Maybe it's time for an injection from the Flying Needle.
6-4. Yes, the Flying Needle should be injected into the game very shortly to put a bit of enthusiasm into this side. There's the kick-off. It grubs along the ground from Crane. Picked up by Ashley Hall. He'll go on to his left boot. Sends it out wide, and what's he do? He puts it straight to Marcus Poposky. He walks around a player, puts his boot to the ball on the left foot. Oh, nearly a good mark by Nicky Smith, but push through for one behind only. One behind only. And that takes Circular Head now on to 10 goals, 11, 76.
11 goals, 10.
11 goals, 10. 11 goals, 10, 76. And 6-4, 52 to Boat Harbour. Here comes the ball.
8-4.
Oh, nearly a good mark by Nick. He can't quite pull him down. Jason Upton swoops on the ball. He handballs out. Little Dean Gray has a flying ping, but he's missed too, and the ball goes out of bounds in that left forward pocket.
They're having all the play now, the Seagulls. The Boat Harbour haven't had it down their end for the last 10 minutes, so they need to do some scoring to quell this attack.
Now the ball comes out loose. Here's Kerry Solder after the ball. He can't pick it up. Picked up by Nick Smith. He tries to do a blind turn. Goes on his left boot. Puts it back towards it. Oh, and a good mark. Good
Ashley
mark
Hall.
by Ashley Hall. Ashley Hall on the left boot. Kicks it back towards the centre half back position. Oh, there's a nest of Seagulls here. The ball comes free. Picked up there by the
Rod Marthick,
oh,
yes.
Rod
No,
Marthick
didn't pay.
Goal anyway.
Andrew
He's picked up
Poposky.
by Andrew Poposky, and he dropped another one. Things looking pretty ominous here now, folks, at the Wynyard Ground as we approach half-time in this grand final, the 1992 grand final of the North West Amateur Christian Football League.
Yes, they look like giving the grand final record a shake for the score anyway, because the grand final record, the highest score kicked was only 14 goals 12. Well, they almost got that already. They're only 2 goals off that. So the record score looks like going today for sure.
Umpire David Coving to put the ball in motion again. Peter Marshall being called onto the ball now by the Boat Harbour side. Here comes Dale Atkinson. He puts it out to Andrew McLaren. McLaren goes on his right boot, sends it up forward. Oh, that's a good goal. That's a good goal. Kicked by Andrew McLaren on the run. And great play there by Dale Atkinson too. Got that ball out, and as soon as Peter Marshall went on the ball, Ray, a goal came.
Yes, I think that was one of the moves that had to be made. They had to get some drive out of the middle, and I think another move has been made is Brad Hanson's now in the centre too, which I think you've got to go with tried and true methods. Use your best men on the ball.
Brendan Flinder's gone to centre half forward too, I see, so there's been wholesale changes by the Boat Harbour side. As umpire Cobbing puts the ball, Marshall again gets the tap, it goes forward, picked up by Fred Pearce, can't get the boot to the ball, it's back right in the glue pot in the centre. Brian gets it out, picked up by McLaren, he'll go on his left boot, sends it up towards the half forward position, out they come for the ball. Picked up there, picked there young Danny Wilson, had the ball kicked out of his hands, he goes in again, there he is fighting for the ball, he's doing two of them, the ball's on the ground. And umpire Collins says, give it to me, fellas. I'll bounce the ball. It's about 60 metres around from Boat Harbour's goal, kicking towards the table, cage into the ground. There's around, up they go. Big Rolston can't get the tap that time. Peter Marshall tries to get the ball out. They switch it out wide, picked up by Andrew McLaren. He goes around one player, gets on the wide.
Oh, what a kick!
Forward. A beautiful kick.
Oh.
Put out his name written on it. Here's Big Chook Brent lumbering after the ball. Cactus Ambrose grabs him when he never had the ball. Here they go after it again. Ambrose kicks the ball off the ground. That's out towards the half-back flank, going out on that far side of the ground. That's a chase on the a race on the Light Brigade.
Flint in the back. No free kick.
Play on. The flying doormat gets the ball. He knocks it out. Picked up by Matty Redmond. He swings on his right boot up towards goal, and I think it may be one behind only. It is. It's one behind only, and Boat Harbour now move on to 9 goals 5. 9 goals 5, 59, and they're trailing the Circular Head Seagulls 12-10, 62.
Ooh.
Kick, McLaren can't get the ball. It comes out now, picked up there by Marshall. Nearly good mark there, taken by Dean Gray. He's still chasing after the ball. Harding tackles him. He had the ball, dropped the ball. It's still flowing. Umpires are letting it go. Picked up by Brad Hanson. There's a long hand pass. Looking for Fred Pearce. He's running up and down in the one spot. The ball comes out now. Pearce still after the ball. And the umpire will pay a free kick and it will go to Danny Wilson, I think. Yes, Daniel Wilson will take the free kick. He was tackled off the ball. He goes on the right.
Oh, what a ball kick.
And the kick goes straight to the opposing player. The ball goes back towards the centre of the ground. Out they come. Here's Brian again. He's right in the thick of things again today. Picked up by Dean Gray. He's still got the ball. Dragged to the ground. The umpire says play on. Out it comes. Peter Marshall gets the ball. Swings on the dog of a kick. Goes back towards the centre of the ground. It's picked up there now by Shane Richardson, I think. He kicks it and kicks it out to Ashley Hall. Ashley Hall, he's on his left boot. There's his kick. Kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Andrew McLaren. He's got the open face in front of him. But can't control the ball and it goes out of bounds. 45 metres out from Boat Harbour's goal, kicking towards the table, taking to the ground. As we look at the scores, 9-5, 59 Boat Harbour, 12-10, 62. 82, is it? Yeah, 82.
Yes, 82.
82. There they go again. Brian, that man Brian again. By he's a good player, this fella. He's a little pass across there, and he's found his mark man in. He's found his mark man in Andrew Poposky. His right foot kick goes up, looking for Nicky Smith. Nicky Smith can't mark the ball. Dean Gray. Here's Jason Upton, sweeps on the ball. Something will happen here, folks. He finishes a beautiful mark, and Martin has dropped the goal. He's built the mark, and picked up the thumbs and put it through. And by geez, they're looking good, Ray.
That was Marthick again, yes.
Yes, Rod Marthick kicked a goal there. Nicky Smith nearly brought down the mark. Jason Upton, the opportunist, swooped on the ball and put it up there to where Marthick spilt the mark, but still had time to pick up the ball and dob a major.
Yes, only one goal off the league record now for a grand final, and Rod Marthick's one goal off the record for goals kicked in the grand final, which was set way back in 1988 by Andrew Ferguson with 5, so he's only one off that record, so it looks like a day for records.
We don't need a computer here, folks, when we've got Ray Parry. There's the bounce. Peter Marshall picks up the ball. There's a kick back up towards centre half forward. Sean Radford flies high, can't get the ball. Dale Atkinson comes through on the right boot. Loser, nearly lost his trousers. Here's a chance for the play, and one kicked off the ground. Rod Leary, I think.
Yes.
Rod Leary has kicked the goal off the carpet, right in the forward slot. And that's a quick reply there, but they need more of them, Boat Harbour. And that takes Circular Head Seagulls on to 13 goals 10. 13 goals 10, 88. I think that is Ray.
Yes, that'd be right.
13, 10, 88. And 11 goal...
10 goals 5?
10 goals 5, 59. Good note.
No, they haven't changed the bottom yet.
11 goals 5.
You're a bit too quick for them.
11 goals 5. Anyway, the ball's back in the play. Fred Pearce gets the ball. Here comes the flying doormat in Kevin Brooks. He can't pick up the ball. Picked up by Marcus Poposky. He sends it forward, looking for Nicky Smith. He gets the ball, runs around in a wide arc, puts the ball under the arm, kicks from the 40-metre line. Up, and a good mark.
Dean Gray again.
By Dean Gray.
Yes.
Gray.
They're just too potent on the forward line. They've got, whereas Boat Harbour have got too few avenues to goal. Seagulls seem to have plenty. Once again, we see Seagulls shooting after the siren.
And he's missed, I think, Ray.
Yes, he's missed it this time.
He has missed. And the half-time score here at Wynyard in Northwest Christian Football Amateur Football League Grand Final is Boat Harbour Blues 11 goals 5, 65. Trailing the Circular Head Seagulls 13-11, 89.
Goal kickers to half. Oh. We stop?
Yeah.
Still going. Yeah, goal kickers to half time. We have Rod Marthick with 4 for Seagulls. Andrew Poposky with 2. And Jason Upton 3, and singles to Marcus Poposky, Leighton Pope, Dean Gray and Nicky Smith. For Boat Harbour, Andrew McLaren has 3, Rod Leary has 3, Peter Marshall 2, singles to Neil Harding and Matthew Redmond. Half time, while the kicking's in progress. How do you see the game at the moment, Doc?
Well, I'd say at the moment, Ray, there's certainly a stranglehold on this game. Circular Seagulls, notice Leighton Pope just coming out on the ground again in a sleeveless jumper, so yes, they've looked pretty awesome in that quarter, and I note that Circular Seagulls 13-11 to Boat Harbour Blues 10-9, I think, 10-5, sorry.
10-5-65.
10-5-65, not 11-5 as we said before the break. It has certainly been a game of 2 quarters so far. Circular Head looking the far superior side that quarter. In the first quarter it was all Boat Harbour for most of the quarter, and then Circular Head came back at them. But in that last quarter they certainly showed their authority, Circular Head, and they...
Be about a 3-goal wind or 4-goal wind, do you think, or the wind assistance be about 4 goals?
Yes, the wind has been blowing across the ground, and in that first quarter, Ray, I felt that Circular Head were playing the wrong side of the ground. They kept on coming out this grandstand side of the ground, and instead of going over on the far side, on the scoreboard side, and they ran into a few problems there, and let Boat Harbour in to kick some easy goals, but they certainly knew how to use it in that second quarter, and they drilled home their advantage, and they look pretty good odds at the moment.
Yes, well, both teams kicked 4 goals against the wind. But, the difference is that the Seagulls kicked 9 goals with the wind, whereas Boat Harbour can only manage 6. The Blues are tucked into their change rooms, and
looking at the better players to half time for the Seagulls, Ray, I feel that Brian has been giving a great drive out of the centre, and we did note late in that second quarter that Brad Hanson went back into the centre for Circular Head, and we were amazed that it was left so long. Peter Marshall went back on the ball, and all of a sudden the Boat Harbour side looked to be coming back, but then again Circular Head through sheer persistence went forward and kicked a couple of valuable goals.
yes, some players that really lifted in that last quarter. Dean Gray on the half-forward flank, he really got into it, and Marcus Poposky had a fairly good quarter. But
that young Damien Carter too.
Damien Carter's probably been consistently probably been the best for them for the day so far. Whereas in the Blues, they're better players. Probably Peter Marshall's been one of their best. Rodney Leary's had a fairly good day, and as has Andrew McLaren on the wing.
Their top players, Ray, haven't been sort of getting into the game, have they?
No, Kevin Brooks hasn't done much yet. Brad Hanson hasn't really done a lot. Andrew Miller's played quite well, but
him and Nicky back line.
Yes, we're about to start the second half. This is do or die this next hour.
Here we go. Umpire David Coing. The second half is in motion, and the ball comes down on the ground. It's kicked outside. Andrew McLaren about to swoop on the ball. He can't pick it up. He gets the ball, handballs it back out over his shoulder. We're swooping on the ball there.
Oh, he runs into his own man.
Leary kicks the ball forward. Knocked away there by the flying doormat in Kevin Brooks. Ball comes out. Ashley Hall on your left, son. Go for goal. He swings the back, and Peter Marshall has taken the mark. Peter Marshall has taken the mark right on the 40-metre line here, kicking towards the windward end of the ground.
And Peter's back at centre half forward.
Yes, very funny move that. They put him on the ball, I suppose. But when you've got a slight advantage with the breeze, you might as well use one of your big men up there, give him something to aim for.
Yes.
There's Marshall's kick, and it looks okay to me. No, it swings away, and it's only one behind. Umpire Earl Billow officiating in his 50th game for the league today, and he signalled that one through and one behind to Boat Harbour.
Yes, one man who I don't think has had a kick yet is Sean Radford for the Blues at full forward. He's a big man. He's got to get his hands on the ball.
There goes the ball back into action. Big fly there from Marshall for Circular Head. The ball's tapped forward. Picked up there by David Studdard. He runs around, can't get his boot to the ball. The ball hits the ground. Away they go, the circular head Seagulls. Here they go again. That man Brian. He swings it up towards Jason Upton, now out on the half-forward line. Picked up there by Andrew Miller. He drives it back towards the centre of the ground. A good kick there. Got plenty of yardage from that one. Ball picked up by
Ambrose, out in the full.
Kicked out of bounds on the full, on that far side of the ground here at Wynyard, with circular head kicking to the Cape end. And
Wasn't a bad kick for distance though.
no, good kick for distance.
Would have beat most of those that was out there at half time.
Anyway, there's the kick back. Comes back. Marshall can't mark the ball. Picked up there now by can't get that player. It was number 33.
Cook.
Cook sends it back towards the half-forward line. They're fighting for the ball on the ground. Out it comes. Brad Hanson about to swoop on the ball. Through comes one of the Boat Harbour. Not too many going in after it, Ray.
No, they're
fighting to skirt around the outside.
They're waiting for the handle to go on it so they can pick her up.
That man Brian swings the ball back towards the centre. Nicky Smith
In the back? Oh, nearly in.
Brad Hanson comes through. He can't pick up the ball. Picked up by Solder. Solder out to McLaren. McLaren, he's dispossessed. Picked up there by he got straightened up. Rod Leary as he came up. There's the ball. It's in dispute. Out it comes. Picked up by Marcus Poposky. He handballs out wide. He's found Leighton Pope. Leighton Poke across to Finlay. Finlay can't pick up the ball. Now he's got advantage. He tries to knock it forward. Can't. Comes back to Poke. Poke can't get it. Comes out to Fred Pearce. Fred Pearce sends it up forward. Now they're in with a chance. As Ashley Hall goes on the ball. There's a player down at centre half forward. And there's Ashley Hall's kick right up towards Radford. Radford can't get the ball. The vet player's caught with the ball. Should have been penalised. He was caught fair and square. Picked up by Dale Atkinson. Head-eye tackle. There goes the handball. Picked up. Flint couldn't get to the ball and it's out of bounds on the right half-forward flank for the Boat Harbour side, kicking towards the town end.
Did you see what happened there with Marcus Poposky?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't see that one either. He's wringing his hands.
Yes. The job for Telecom, he's wringing his hands. There's the throw. Up they go. Ashley Hall gets 2 bites of the cherry. McLaren, he handballs across. Look to Brooks. Brooks knocks the ball on. Rod Leary can't get the ball. It comes back where it's marked by Fred Pearce.
Oh, didn't pay.
Not allowed to pay. Yeah, through comes Poposky. He's recovered. Lies on the ground. Gets the ball out. Across to Carter. The ball's overrun there. Out it comes again. Carter and Hanson go for the ball. They're in dispute. The ball's kicked loose. Here they come now, the Seagulls. They're running in droves. One player picked up there by Harding. Harding sends the ball back. It's picked up there by Ashley Hall. He can't get the ball. Picked up there now by Richardson. Richardson sends the ball back towards the centre and a free kick has been played.
Play on, advantage.
Fade, and Hanson drives it forward. There's the player. Oh, he went without the ball. He got tackled high too, but got around him. Now he settles down. Rod Leary sends a pass forward and it's been marked by Dale Atkinson.
Do you think it was a pass or do you think it was just a bit of luck?
Pass there, Ray. No doubt about it. Hit him fair on the button.
Yeah. It was a bit lucky that one, I think.
He would be about 25, 30 metres out. Lines them up. Oh, Scooter a bit. It's coming back. One behind only, says umpire Gillow. And that takes the Boat Harbour side now on to 10 goals. 10-7, 67 to Circular Head Seagulls 13-11, 89.
Boat Harbour missing opportunities here, which they really need to bridge that gap.
There's the kick in. The ball goes back towards the centre of the ground. And the ball comes out loose, picked up by Flint. His handball goes straight. Now he picks up, has a second chop at it, and has kicked another point. So Boat Harbour putting pressure on the Seagulls here, but can't get the big opening. They're only kicking behinds, and you can't afford to do that in today's football. With the lights on here at Wynyard, there's the miss starts to come in. She's like the SCG. There's the kick in. And it's a long kick right out. I think this may even go. No, it won't. Poposky knocks the ball and it goes out of bounds right in front of the scoreboard.
I don't think he really wanted to keep it in either.
Cameron was the boy that put the ball into play with a beautiful driving kick. There's the throw in now. Up they go. And the ball came out, looked like Boat Harbour. Fred Pearce has got the ball. He barges through the pack, goes on his right boot up towards, and Chuck Flint has marked at centre half forward. Brendan Flint, former Wynyard player who played 20 odd games with Wynyard a few years ago. He's about to line up from about 25-30 metres out. And
they must kick this one.
They desperately need a goal. There's Flint's kick. He just stabs at it. He just stabbed at
He's
it.
missed
but
it.
He missed it. Instead of following through, I don't know why players do that today. They just stab at the ball, try to guide the thing instead of following through, and you'll get far better direction and accuracy when you follow through. Here comes the ball into play, straight up the centre this time. Oh, and a good mark taken there by
Peter Marshall. Yeah.
Peter Marshall. What a good mark that was. They're trying to lift the Boat Harbour side. He goes back now. He'll put this well in. There's his kick. Right up to Flint again. Oh, nearly brought it down. The ball hits the ground. Picked up there by the little bloke on the half-back line.
Oh, there's a push in the back.
Push in the back.
Yes, and seen by umpire.
Saw it. And Nicky Smith, you can't do that, son.
You can do it if you can get away with it,
So
but...
it's Terry Solar with the ball. He goes on the right boot, out wide. And Brendan Flint.
oh, he nearly a delayed reaction. He got one in the groin, I think.
He's been flattened behind the play. And down it comes, the flying doormat going into the ball. They're going in hard, desperate now, the Seagulls. They've got Boat Harbour on the run as they drive the ball forward. And David Studdard takes a timely mark in defence. David Studdard goes on his right boot up towards the centre half forward position, and a mark taken unopposed there by Marcus Poposky, who has certainly lifted his work rate.
Yes, Marcus is playing well now.
The ball goes out wide. Carter Henson.
He hasn't done much yet this quarter.
Carter's got the ball, handballs away from himself instead of giving it to his teammate. Here they come now. Here comes the Boat Harbour side. They're fighting for the ball on the ground, and umpire Collins says, "Give it to me, fellas. I'll ball it up." Just advantage to Boat Harbour, kicking towards the windward end of the ground.
They've used up a lot of their time with the wind assistance, so that's going to count against them in the long run, I feel.
There goes the tap. Marshall gets the tap. It comes out. Picked up by Pearce. And no chance of getting rid of that ball. And Pearce gets up and walks away, and umpire Cobbing says, "Give me the ball, fellas, I'll bounce."
Brendan Flint's still in the hands of the trainers there. It looks to be rather a serious injury there. The ball's coming out there towards him now.
Here they go. Leighton Pope with the ball. He tries to run too far with the ball. Puts himself under pressure. Through coming now would be Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller drives it towards centre half forward.
Good mark.
Good mark. A great mark there. Taken on the back line there by Shane Richardson. He drives it forward. Jason Upton gets the hand pass across, looking for Dean Gray. He shepherds off. The ball comes up towards the full forward position. Nicky Smith chases the ball, but it goes out of bounds in the right forward pocket on that far side of the ground, with circular head Seagull kicking towards the table cape into the ground. There's the throw-in, up they go, and over the back there, it was David Studdard gets the tap, but it's picked up there by Poposky. That's Marcus Poposky. A high kick coming down, and a good mark taken there, but the ball comes loose. Nicky Smith picks up, swings on his left boot, and
straight over the goal umpire's head.
He's popped it through. Good night first now. Circular head are really applying the pressure now, and fewer heads are starting to drop with the Boat Harbour side.
Yes, well, how often do you see that one team has the play in their forward line for so long and kicks a number of points, and then all of a sudden it swings down the other end and they kick a goal? Boat Harbour's had probably 80% of the play this quarter, but yet they've been outscored on the scoreboard.
Yes, certainly have, Ray. And the score now, 14-11. Circular Head Seagulls, that's 95, leading Boat Harbour 10-9-69.
That's just a point off the record, so one more point and the record is equalled.
But Boat Harbour are not done with yet as Rod Leary goes through. Here comes Dale Atkinson through. He can't control the ball. Out it comes now. The loose ball's there to be won. Here comes the flying doormat, but Marcus Poposky beats him to the ball. He swings the ball round. A good mark taken by Brad Hanson on the centre wing. Hanson on the right boot looking forward. Oh, under the ball went Chuck Flint. He couldn't get the ball. Now it's in dispute on the...
It's got to be in his back.
Centre square. Right in the centre of the ground. And umpire Blair Davis says, "Give it to me, fellas, I'll toss it up." And we're looking at this third quarter now. This is where the games are won and lost. And by the way, we're looking... Oh, Brad Hanson. He collects a high one from Leighton Pope. And he'll get the free kick, no doubt. Brad Hanson, the league's best and fairest. About to put the ball forward for the Boat Harbour. Very congested Boat Harbour forward line.
Yes.
Doesn't seem to be any system up there at all. And
No.
an easy mark taken by Cactus Ambrose. Cactus goes out wide. He's towards the centre of the ground. Taken by Brian. Brian handballs the ball over looking for Carter. There go the Boat Harbour bloke overruns the ball. It comes back now. Picked up by Studdard. Studdard gets the ball. He's looking for someone to give. There's no one moving. And kicks straight back in the centre of the ground. And the mark has been taken by Ralston. Right in the centre of the ground. There's his kick. Long driving kick right up into the forward line. Peter Marshall gets a push in the back, but the ball comes out. Paul Hancock too slow, can't pick up the ball. Now he tries to, he kicks the ball off the ground, follows up, comes through. Where's the help coming, fellas? No help coming at all, because here come the Seagulls. Their bodies tangled there. Picked up, player never had the ball there. Picked up there now by
Leary.
By Pearce. Pearce sends it out towards
Right.
and here coming through like a train is the
Gale, is it?
Gale. Gale sends it forward. Picked up here by now. He doesn't know what to do with it, this fella Poposky, but he gets a kick away and it goes to where Studdard. Studdard overruns the ball. There's 3 or 4 of them here, folks. Here they get the ball now. And good play there by Gray. He knocks the ball forward and Leary kicks the ball through for a point, and that takes Circular Head along to 14 goals, 12-90.
96.
96 to 10-9-69 for the Boat Harbour Blues.
And they now have equalled the league records for a grand final.
We don't need a computer here, folks. Here comes the kick in by Sean Lane. Right up the centre. Plenty of distance. That man Brian in front. He's trying to take the ball with him, pushes towards the boundary line. Well played, son. She goes over the line, out of bounds on that right half forward flank for the Circular Head Seagulls.
He's not playing a bad game, you young boy down there.
He's doing all right. There's a throw in. The posse comes through, dispossessed. Should have got a free kick. He was held when he never had the ball. The ball's in dispute, and umpire David Cobbing says, "Give it to me, fellas."
Yes, they're letting those touchy ones go though. They're not going too bad. The crowd's sort of leaving them alone fairly well, so they must be doing all right.
Oh, there's a bit of a tangle there as the big Duncan Spinks, I think it was, picked up by Jason Upton, and he's got that. No respect, Jason Upton gets the goal, gets the ball, he drove it straight through, and that's put Circular Ed's 15, so there goes the record, right?
There goes the record. Jason Upton now moves on to 4 goals as well, so Andrew Ferguson's record looks a bit shaky too, with 2 players here now poised to break the 5.
No, this big Duncan Spinks on the ball now for the Circular Head side, and yes, well, I think she's good night nurse now for Boat Harbour. I don't think they get back from here, at this early stage of the 3rd quarter. Umpire Blair Davis puts the ball to turf. Peter Marshall and Duncan Spinks go with the ball. Spinks shovels the ball forward. Picked up by Andrew Miller, playing like a man possessed on that half-back line. Overrunning the ball was Cactus Ambrose. Picked up there by Leary, driving up forward, but no one up forward.
Shane Richardson.
And Shane Richardson, the president of the club, picks the ball up and drives it out wide out towards that scoreboard. The blokes overrun the ball. The ball's in dispute. The flying doormat Brooks goes in. They're fighting tooth and nail for the ball. And umpire Cobbing says, "Give it to me, fellas. I'll ball her up once again right in front of the scoreboard." Puts the ball to turf. Up they go.
Oh,
Players in dispute. Ball comes out.
David started.
David Studdard comes through. He's still fighting on. Drives the ball back to centre half forward, but there's just nothing there in the forward line for Boat Harbour. The ball comes out wide. Ashley Hall runs across Circular Head, picked up there by. Oh, that was good play by Leary. Leary across to Dale Atkinson. He fires for goal, and he's missed. One behind only. And these are costly misses for Boat Harbour.
Yes, Dale Atkinson had a paddock there. He could have run in a lot closer and made certain of that goal. He could have touched it on the ground a couple of times and run right in and made the full-back come towards him and then left the full forward there on his own in the goal square. But he tried the long shot and...
they've come the wrong side again, but Cactus has marked it. Ambrose with the ball on the half-back line. There he goes with a kick out along this half-back line. A good mark taken by Leighton Pope. Leighton Pope with the ball, the skipper of the circular head side. He swings around on the right boot, drives it back towards that centre half. David Studdard in the van. Here, the ball comes over the back, picked up there by Ralston. The ball comes out. Cinder's Butte there now on the ground. This player's going in tooth and nail for the ball. Out it comes Brad Hanson's got the ball. He runs around two players, has one bounce. Races across towards the centre, sends it out wide left half forward flank. They can't get possession of the ball. Leary's outmanoeuvred by Poposky. Poposky drives the ball back to Leighton Pope. Leighton Pope screams through the centre, drives the ball forward, right up towards the...
Good mark. Sticky fingers. Yes.
A great mark taken by Andrew Poposky. He's taken a ripper. And he's only about 30 metres out from goal, practically right in front on the slightest of slight angles. And he'll have no trouble in putting this one through, I'd say, but I've said it before and they've missed. But in comes Andrew Poposky, that stuttering run. Lines it up.
He's kicked it.
He put it right through on the side where he thought this. It's okay to me. And he put the ball through for goal.
Right, circle head goal kickers now. Rod Marthick on 4, Jason Upton on 4, Andrew Poposky on 3, Nicky Smith with 2, singles to Dean Gray, Marcus Poposky and Leighton Pope.
The scores here at Wynyard in the third quarter of the grand final. 16-12 Boat Harbour.
Circle head.
Circular head leading Boat Harbour 10-10-70 on the Lolly Shop scoreboard. There's the kick coming out. That man Brian again drives it forward. Jason Upton can't get the ball. It's picked up by Andrew McLaren. Over to Brad Hanson. Now the bigger lights are starting to shine. Here comes Leary with the ball. He's got dribbled, kicked centre half forward. Picked up there by Matty Redmond. He's been quiet today. He sets sail for goal and puts it through. So there's a badly needed goal for Boat Harbour. Kicked by Matty Redmond.
Yes, they certainly needed that one, but they need about 5 others with it.
Yes, I think they've got the job in front of them now, Ray. They'll be pushing uphill a bit here now. Circular Headers seem to have their running game going. They're going for the ball hard. They're making every post a winner. And I just can't see Boat Harbour getting back into the game.
Well, I don't think Circle Head's fitness is in question. When you see how they came back last week and run away with the game, I don't think you could question their fitness. So I think they'll coast home, I think.
I think they had 2 runs this week too, Ray, Monday and Thursday. There's the tap. Marshall gets it. Comes out wide. Here's that man again, Brian. He gets some handballs out wide. Picked up there by Finlay. Finlay's been held.
Yes.
He never had the ball.
That was a silly free kick.
Silly free kick
That was
away by Harding, and Finlay will take the kick.
That was just sheer frustration, I think. You know, when the players realise the game's lost and they start doing the silly things now.
Nicky Smith drives it forward. Looking up there for Gray, and Gray doesn't let him down.
But what's amazed me today is the cleanness of the game. I thought this could be one of the dirtiest grand finals we've ever had, but it's been nothing but playing the ball all day, and it's been really good stuff to watch.
Great to see.
Yeah.
Great to see. Dean Gray firing for goal. And he's kicked another one. Dean Gray has kicked now 17. Circular Head Seagulls, 17th goal on the board. 17-12, 114. And Boat Harbour Blues are 11 goals, 10-76.
It's hard to imagine that just 2 weeks ago that the situation was very much in the reverse.
Yes.
It's very hard to imagine that with the way you see the sides playing today.
Bobby Ferguson out there, the bench coach and runner for the Boat Harbour side, trying to G his players up. Out comes the ball, picked up by Fred Pearce. He comes through, picked up by Brian. By G's been a good player. He puts the ball out to Marcus Poposky. He handballs forward, picked up by Harding. He makes up for the mistake he did a while ago. The ball comes through, Brad Hanson. Picked up by Rod Leary. Rod Leary across to Dale Atkinson. He's too slow to get there. Picked up there by Shane Richardson, who's playing well across that half-back line. He sends it out wide, picked up by Carter, and a good mark taken. And there could be a 50-metre penalty here if they don't watch it. Carter with the ball, drives it back towards the centre of the ground. Through there, coming was Leary. He couldn't mark the ball. Ambrose has picked up the ball. Handball wide, out on that half. In comes Matthew Leary. He can't pick up the ball. Kevin Brooks gets the ball out to Brad Hanson. Brad Hanson on his left foot, and he finds Sean Radford. And Sean Radford is marked.
Nearly be kick number 1, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for about kick number 1, and he's about 35 metres out on an acute angle, but this bloke can certainly kick a ball. There's the kick. Oh, it's not a real good kick, let me down. And a good mark taken by the old fella himself, Cactus Ambrose. Anthony Ambrose comes out this wrong side again, and he might be in trouble here. No, Fred couldn't get to us. Fred first, picked up by Poposky, threw the ball out in front of him. Here comes Harding now, can't get the ball. They're fighting hard, tooth and nail. Poposky dragged down after he kicked the ball. Jason Upton, now they're fighting for the ball. Jason Upton got the ball. He loses possession of it. Comes across, picked up by Solder. Solder across to Andrew Miller. Miller can't get the ball. In comes Peter Marshall. Marshall across here now to Studdard. Studdard tries to offset Jason Upton. Puts a short one in. Through comes Kevin Brooks, the flying doormat. Poposky comes through and forces the ball out of bounds, and it's out of bounds right in front of us, here in front of the main grandstand.
I think Poposky's hurt there. He doesn't look real healthy there.
Peter Marshall got a nasty one there from Duncan Spinks, and
I think he was trying to punch the ball though. I think there was no malice in that one really.
Peter Marshall kicks the ball across to looking for Brad Hanson. He doesn't let him down. A good mark taken by the best and fairest of the league.
50-metre penalty.
50-metre penalty, I believe.
This will put him right in.
For running over the mark. Finlay was the bloke that ran over the mark. And umpire Blair Davis has taken him. I'd like to be buying real estate off Blair Davis this week.
Yep.
He's taken him right to the line. And Bradley Hanson will shoot from point back range. They've even walked away from it. They even walked away from the mark. Well, that shows you how confident the Seagulls are. They walked away and let him kick it, just dribble it through. Now, will the Seagulls start arguing amongst themselves? This is the big question. They've thrown games away like this before.
No, I don't think they will. I don't think there was any point in anyone standing there. I just think they didn't want to give Brad the satisfaction of even having to kick over anyone. And just to say that he didn't earn his goal.
Umpire Cobbing puts ball to turf. Here they go. Marshall out to Brooks. Brooks up towards centre half forward. Oh, good mark. Brad Henson has certainly lifted this last 10 minutes.
Is he playing centre half forward?
Well, they needed someone there, Ray, because that's where they was falling down.
Yes, well, they've got their two big men up forward, Dale Atkinson and Sean Radford haven't done a thing today, so they've got to have somebody up there.
That one, and it's gone through for one behind only.
Well, Brad is certainly not a goal kicker. In his games, Brad's only kicked about 19 goals in about 70 odd games, so he's not known for his goal kicking.
There's the kick in, out this wrong side of the ground again, but they're getting away with the Seagulls, and Ambrose has taken the mark. Cameron D'Ambrose, oh, he's muffed the kick, he's kicked it into the man on the mark. Here's a go, Ambrose with the ball, he's fighting for the ball now, it's right and it's pushed through for one behind.
Could have been held there too. Yeah, so he's indicating to the umpire that he felt he was held there.
So another behind to Boat Harbour, and here comes out this side again, and Ambrose, oh, he's let him down this time, picked up by Kevin Brooks, he fires for goal and he's missed.
Oh,
He's hit the post, that ball must have come around.
Yes.
So that takes the score, on to
12 goals, 13.
12 goals, 13 Boat Harbour, 17, 12, 114, the score for Circular Heads, with the ball back towards the centre of the ground now. And the players are scrummaging for the ball, and the umpire will have no hesitation in balling the ball up.
Ball up on almost in the centre of the ground. No one wins that out. Comes to Seagull's advantage. Brian. Yes, tripped up there.
And hit the free kick. The ball's got to come back, fellas. No use playing on. The ball's got to come back. The umpire had blown his whistle for the free kick and pulled up play. So
let's hope he hasn't hurt himself, because he's been a good player.
He's been one of their mainstay. He's like turned the game last week, right?
Yes, moved him into the centre. I think they found a spot for him. In the past, they played Nicky Smith in the centre, but I think Nicky can play wherever anywhere on the ground. Where this fellow seems to love the centre. Dean Gray again.
On the left boot.
Oh, no.
Mark, good effort to get the ball. Picked up by Neil Harding. He kicks the ball wide. Andrew McLaren going half-hearted for the ball. The ball comes loose. Picked up there by that man, Brian again. Handballs it across. Gives it to David Studdard. Studdard goes on the right boot up towards Ashley Hall and where Shane Richardson are. Ashley Hall, he'll try to get on his left boot. Here comes Dale Atkinson. The ball's on the ground.
Yes.
And umpire Cobbing says, give it to me, fellas. I'll ball her up right in front of us in the main grandstand here at Wynyard. There's the bounce. Up it goes. Ashley Hall. He grabs the ball, comes down with it. Picked up there by Rod Leary on the left boot. Up towards centre half forward. Brad Hanson couldn't mark the ball. Picked up there by the fella on the... Oh, a good mark. A good mark taken by Marcus Poposky.
Yes, that's a good mark.
He was held to...
I think he was given the one for holding, but he dragged the ball in nevertheless.
There goes his little pass. He's looking for Nicky Smith. Nicky Smith can't get the ball. It's picked up there. David Studdard goes in hard after the ball. Out it comes, picked up by Rolston. He can't get the ball clear. Picked up by Solder. He gets a boot to the ball. It dribbles about 10 yards towards the centre of the ground. Picked up there and given to Brian. Brian's caught with the ball and must be free kick for trying to barge his way through. David Studdard gets the free kick and drives it back towards centre half forward. The ball hits the ground. Comes out, Brad Hanson picks up the ball. Goes around on his right boot. He's smothered by Leighton Folk. The ball comes out. Nicky Smith and Solder. Nicky Smith and Solder fighting. Nicky Smith picks up the ball. Oh, he gave him one too. Nicky Smith gave him one as he was lying on the ground. And the ball hits the turf in the forward pocket and Peter Marshall. Did you see that?
No.
Huh? Ball out of bounds in the left.
2 minutes to go in the
2 minutes to go in the third quarter, and big punch away there by Peter Marshall for Boat Harbour. The ball goes out of bounds again, about 5 metres further around this way.
Seems to have got away with that one. It's a good job we haven't got trial by video in our league, so he might have got away with that one. I don't think any of the umpires seen it.
Cook picks up the ball. He's dispossessed. Can't get the ball out there, fighting the ball. Blair Davis will have no hesitation in balling the ball up. It's only about 30 metres out from the Seagulls. Goal kicking towards the Cape End. Up they go. Duncan Spinks gets the tap. It comes out. Picked up there by Rolf, who swings it across. And the little fella picks the ball up there. I think it was Carter. Is it Carter or Poposky?
This one running out here towards us, it wasn't
Yes, the little bloke, I think it's Carter.
it? It's
I'm not absolutely sure, but we'll wait for him to turn around.
It's Poposky.
Andrew Poposky. How many's he kicked, Ray? He's kicked a few.
He's kicked 4.
He's kicked 4 goals. He's been a very valuable player. Both the Poposky boys have played well, and the ball is now back in the centre, and David Cobbing about to put the ball back into motion again.
There's three players now on 4 goals. There's Poposky, Marthick and Jason Upton. Ball comes forward again. Rod Marthick, no, Nicky Smith. Hello. There we go, Nicky Smith. There's a bit of work going on there.
Yes, Nicky Smith has got the free kick.
I think he might be winning the battle at the moment. He got the one on the chin here a while ago, and now he's got the free kick.
But he's muffed the kick. Shouldn't miss those, Ray, from that distance, but then again, I suppose he's kicking into the teeth of the breeze, and umpire Terry Thorpe says only one finger, son. Sean Crane to put the ball back into play for the Boat Harbour Blues. He comes out the right side of the ground, kicks a long kick towards the centre. Leighton Folk gets his mitts to the ball, can't hold it. Picked up by Andrew Miller, the ball comes out. Fred Curtis plays on. He's dispossessed after he got rid of the ball. Picked up by Rod Leary. He goes with an up and under kick up towards centre half forward. Brad Hanson gets in front, can't hold the ball. Picked up there. Oh, it comes out Brad Hanson with a show here. He kicks up with his right boot and he's dobbed it, I think.
Yes.
He has. A beautiful goal kicked by Brad Hanson, and that would nearly have to be goal of the day, that one. He picked it up, went through the pack, waded his way through the pack, and he hasn't given in at all. And the score now, scoreline reads on the Lolly Shop scoreboard. As we look across to the scoreboard on the far side of the ground, 12 goals, 14 to Boat Harbour Blues, to Circular Head, 18 goals, 13, 121. 12, 14, 86. is Boat Harbour score.
It's still about 40 points down though, and it's kicking against the wind the last quarter. I really cannot see them mounting any sort of real serious challenge to the Seagulls.
That will be the three-quarter time score in the grand final of 1992 in the Northwest Amateur Christian Football League. 12 goals, 14, 86 Boat Harbour to 18 goals, 13, 121 Seagulls, and the Boat Harbour boys have certainly got the job in front of them.
13 goals.
Well, folks, last year in the grand final, Boat Harbour missed out, and they're staring down the barrel here, ladies and gentlemen, as we go into the last quarter of the grand final. Umpire Blair Davis with the ball in his possession, and well, this promises to be a great last quarter, but I think Boat Harbour have got the job in front of them. Umpire Blair Davis holds the ball aloft. He gets the signal from the Galloping Dinosaur, and away we go in the final stanza here of the Christian League Football Grand Final. There's the bounce, out it comes, picked up there. They're fighting for the ball there now. There's a mangle of players on the ground, and umpire Cobbing says, give the ball to me, fellas. I'll throw it up again. So umpire Cobbing with the ball, puts the ball to turf, up they go. Peter Marshall gets a tap. It comes through to David Studdard. David Studdard gets a short kick, but it's picked up there by Cook. Cook drives the ball back towards centre half back, where it's picked up by Finlay. Drives the ball up towards the centre half forward position, where it goes over the top of the players, picked up by Jason Upton. Upton sends the ball up. They dive on the ball, and umpire Cobbing will come in. No, the ball comes out of the pack, picked up by Jason Upton. Fires for goal. Out of bounds on the full in the left forward pocket.
Interesting to read David Studdard's three-quarter time comments. The Boat Harbour Blues coach, he says to keep working at the ball, so he obviously hasn't given up yet, and they need more talk and they need to go harder at the ball. So
lovely kick from Sean Crane right back to the centre of the ground. That's picked up there by Leighton Pope. He swings across the centre of the ground up towards centre half forward position. Paul Hancock can't mark the ball, picked up by Nicky Smith. He drops it short in the gap, picked up there by, oh, this is a lovely goal. What a goal. What a goal. That was Andrew Poposki. He dropped it through, and what a great goal that was. That's his fifth goal, isn't it, Ray?
That's his fifth goal, and now equals the league records for most goals in the grand final. Well done.
Well done, son. Yes, that was a ripper. And I think if anything was doubting on this game now, it's certainly been stolen, as I can see some folk down there all cheesy grins, and Luke Sayer standing time just itching to get on the ground.
Yes, I hope that Vern will give these boys a run, that they've been with them all year, and I hope they will.
Marshall, he misses the ball, comes back on it, knocks it forward, left out there for Kevin Brooks. Up forward, picked up by Fred Pearce. He manages to get his boot to the ball. Dale Atkinson comes out after the ball. Oh, Ashley Hall dispossessed there. The ball hits the ground. They're coming there fighting like men possessed, these Seagulls. They've got the smell of victory in their nostrils, and they're not going to give in tooth and nail. As the ball goes out wide on that other side flank, here comes Ashley Hall, picks up the ball. I thought it was out of bounds. He handballs across, picked up by... is it Shane Richardson? Leighton Pope. He swings it back towards the centre of the ground. Out they come. Marshall picks up the ball. It comes back where Miller overruns the ball. It's left there for Neil Harding. He swings on the boot with the right boot out wide, and the mark has been taken by Ashley Hall. Ashley Hall swings on that trusty left boot up towards centre half forward. No one there. Brad Hanson! What a mark! What a mark, son! That's the league best and fairest. He gets the ball, sends it out wide, looking for Andrew McLaren, and he's found him. And finally Andrew McLaren has been put at full forward. The place where he's kicked all his goals this year. McLaren with the ball. He's about 25-30 metres out from goal. Fires.
He's just made it, no?
No, it was touched on the line.
It wasn't a real good kick, it was a low kick.
No, not a real good kick, a mongrel kick from Macca. And, well, you've got to kick the goals now, son, if you don't want to get back in this game.
Yes, she's a long way home if you're going to kick points, especially against the wind.
2 balls on the ground, but nevertheless we'll find that Cameron will get the ball and comes out this far side of the ground. He kicks it, Cook and Leighton Folk playing like a man possessed. Through comes Peter Marshall, he can't, Leighton Folk gets the handball away. David started out of position.
Oh, that's a charge, isn't it? Yes, in the face.
He's run into one of the Seagulls players and David started, who's the player now?
Marcus Poposky. I think that
yes.
instead of calling him earwig, they should call him earthworm because he spent more time on the ground today than what he has above it.
He handballs the ball across, picked up there by Cactus. Cactus comes running through. Has he kicked the goal? Has he kicked the goal? Yes, he has!
That's the goal of the match.
Goal of the match! Goal of the match, Anthony Ambrose came from centre half back and kicks the goal and plays himself running out of this game. He's on there now as Cactus Ambrose screamed off the half back line, raced down the ground and kicked a 55-60 metre goal. Well done, Cactus.
Yeah, that would easily be the goal of the day so far. There's no doubt about that. I'd like to see him out there at half time having a kick. I think he'd put a few of those blokes to shame. But
ball hits the turf once again. Peter Marshall takes the ball from the air, swings up towards that centre half forward. Brad Hanson too far behind. Picked up on the half back line there by Lyndon Gale. He sends it back towards the centre half forward position. Jason Upton overruns the ball. Picked up there by Matty Redmond. He drives it forward. Oh, good position with the body, Hanson. And Bradley Hanson has taken the mark right at centre half forward. Brad Hanson with the ball. What's going on? The players are running anyway. He kicks it forward.
oh, what a mark! And they didn't pay it.
Never paid the mark.
Point.
Serious kick to behind Harbour.
Gee, I thought that stuck to his hand there for a minute.
From here, Ray, but umpire had different ideas, and umpire Davis and David Covey have done a fairly good job today in these conditions. And here we go with young Cameron about to put the ball back into play. There's the kick back out on this half back line.
There's a push in the back there, yes.
Push in the back, and Leighton Folk will get the free kick on Matt Redmond. Now it's Boat Harbour seem to be doing all the chipping and carrying on. There's the kick by Leighton Folk up on the wing. Paul Hancock gets the front position, knocks the ball away, picked up.
It's too high, yes, got to be too high.
And umpire Cobbing has said that David Studdard will take the free kick. There he goes, across the centre of the ground. Looking for, and found him, Rod Leary.
Yes, there's a lot of exaggerated shrugging off there, and it's a sign of frustration, that.
Rod Leary sends the ball, and Bradley Hanson in front. Can't get it. Picked up by the flying doormat himself, Kevin Brooks. And what's going on here? Umpire.
Yes,
Umpire
paid
David says
paid the mark.
kick.
Did he pay the mark, did he?
Paid the mark, did he, or free kick? I thought the whistle blew before the ball got there.
Yeah,
but,
he might have done too.
Matty Redmond has kicked a goal, I believe.
Yes.
He has. And, that's a very welcome goal for the Boat Harbour supporters. And as we look across at the Lolly Shop scoreboard, we see that the scores are now Wynyard 13, or Boat Harbour 13-16. They're behind Circular Head Seagulls, who are 20 goals, 133.
I'll make that scoreboard to be a little bit out. I'll make Boat Harbour 14 goals because they kicked 3 in the last quarter.
14, is it?
Yes, so I think they're a goal out.
Anyway, we're away again, and the ball comes out wide here. Paul Hancock and Cook going for the ball. Picked up, should have the handle on the ball then, but you can see the Seagulls now, they're really hungry. They've got the sniff of victory in their nostrils, and they're going in hard, playing like men possessed. There's the bounce by umpire Davis. Peter Marshall gets the tap out to Fred Pearce. Fred kicks the ball across the ground. He's lucky to be 10 metres, but the mark has been taken there by Rod Leary. He swings the ball up toward, Cactus Ambrose, the only man there. And
Really?
on a bit of an act, looking for a 50-metre penalty. And
Do you think he?
all across his face. He kicks the ball out wide on this far side of the ground. Poposky Marcus in front. He can't mark the ball. He's chased by Fred Pearce. The ball goes for got the better recovery skills, but kicks the ball out on the full. And then chips the umpire and says it wasn't out, son. It is. We can see it from here.
Yes. Yes, he's a poor man who makes an excuse when he kicks a shot like that. Here we go, Andrew Miller.
Andrew Miller drives the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Peter Marshall in front and taking the mark on the chest.
The fellow was in his back all the way up there too, so he... Leighton Pope.
There's his kick. Leighton Pope can't get the ball. Picked up by Brooks, who hasn't played one of his better games today. Picked up by Cook. Cook drives it forward, but
Jamie Upton.
The mark has been taken by Jamie Upton. Upton swings out on that far side of the ground, looking for the man of the day in Brian. Brian showing a clear pair of heels to David Studdard. Runs around David Studdard as if he's stunned. Handball's back to Jamie Upton. He's put down as he kicks the ball. The ball goes up towards centre half forward position. Out they come. Jason Upton swings on the right boot. Around the corner. Finds Poposky. He tries to play on. There was two men on you, son. You can't do that. Picked up by the doormat himself. He can't get it. Comes across to Peter Marshall. He kicks the ball and Chook Flint comes from the sky. It comes from the clouds and pulls down the mark. On the right boot up towards the half forward line. And Ashley Hall in front. He can't mark the ball. Hit him on the chest. Ball comes out free. Picked up by Leighton Pope. There's a high tackle. And it comes back, I think that was Shane Richardson. The ball goes out on that far side of the ground, picked up by Flint. Flint handballs along the ground. Seagull tried to take a man out, nearly got his own fella. The ball comes back towards the centre of the ground, and now they're going hard. The umpire's seen something here, umpire Blair Davis.
Yes, it's going to Boat Harbour. It's going to...
And it's going
to Harding.
To Neil Harding. Neil Harding with the ball.
I can't think what that was for. I didn't see anything there myself. But
well, you talk the same language as them, Ray. These umpires, you ought to know. Cactus Ambrose takes the mark at centre half back. He played a pretty solid game too, old Cactus. He looks for Jason Upton. Upton swings the ball around, shows him, gives him a sniff of her, and then sends it out wide. And the mark has been taken out there by Spinks. Spinks with a big long kick up towards the full forward position. The ball spills free, picked up by Ralston. Roof has a shot for goal, and he's missed. He's put it through. They call him Roof because they train in a barn down at Circular Head, and every time he kicks the ball, he kicks the roof. So that's why he's Roof. Sean Crane to put the ball back into play, and he's a beautiful kick, this fella.
I'm just not sure which way to go, is he? There we go.
A lovely kick. Looking for Chook Flint. Should have got the free kick if he didn't have marked it. He did mark it anyway, so it didn't make any matter. Chook Flint with the ball across the centre of the ground. Ball spills to the turf. They go in after it, and umpire David Cobbing says, "Give it to me, fellas. Give me a sniff of her." And he'll take it out wide away from the mud and try and bounce it out of the mud.
The ground today has been in pretty good nick though, really. It's only that little bit of a patch in the middle, but...
A bit of a patch, a bit soft on the other side too, right?
Yeah.
It was early in the game. Out comes the ball out on there. Oh, he's gone a million. Should have been gone a million that way. He stopped and the ball was picked up. There anyway, it's Carter got the ball. Carter kicks back towards the centre of the ground. Leighton Pope will get the free kick. Leighton Pope will get the free kick.
Oh, bit of work there.
Led him pretty well today, Leighton Pope. Nicky Smith just can't hang on to his marks. Ball comes out and there's a pile up at centre half forward, and Blair, you'll have to bounce it, son. As he does, he blows the whistle and says, "Give it to me, fellas. I'll toss it up at the centre half forward position." There's Marshall gets the tap, but it goes straight to Jason Upton. Bang, he says, "Thanks very much," and puts it straight through the middle. Jason Upton gets the goal. 21-14, 140. Circular Head Seagulls. And what a gale of times it's going to be at Circular Head tonight when the Circular Head side gets back. And Boat Harbour Blues 13-16-94. I think that may be 14 goals.
Yes, it is 14. I've got 14 goal kickers anyway.
14 goal kickers.
That goal puts Jason Upton into the record book too, also with 5 in the grand final.
Well, he's been in all the records this year, hasn't he, Ray? The holder of the highest amount of goals kicked in a roster game, 13 against the Brooklyn Tigers. So it's been a great year for Jason Upton.
Yes.
He's going to cap it off here with a flag today. There's the ball. She goes out again. Picked up by Brian again. How many possessions has this man had? He drives it forward. Puts it out wide. Poposky, Marcus, puts it up high. Looking for Nicky Smith. Nicky Smith, will he get to the ball in time? No, it's forced move by Kerry Solder. And it puts another behind on the board. And isn't it refreshing to see Circular hit with 21 goals 15 instead of 15 goals 21?
Yes, I think it would be one of the rare times we've seen him in a big match where they've actually kicked more goals than points.
You build a bloke up that he's a good kick, and what did he do? He kicked a mongrel kick along the ground. It only went about 20 metres, but he's made up for it. He's knocked it out. Picked up by Nicky Smith. Nicky Smith swings around, but he's put it out of bounds right beside the left-hand point post at the town end of the ground here at Wynyard in the grand final, and she's drawing to a close post, and Seagulls are home and hose.
Yes, not far left now for the Seagulls.
Someone playing the last post over there, Ray.
Yes, so I think it's beyond that now for Boat Harbour Blues. That's 2 in a row they've gone down.
Ball's forced out of bounds in that right forward pocket.
They still do hold a proud record though of winning 3 grand finals on the trot and playing in 5 grand finals out of 6. So it's still a good record from the club, but unfortunately this is not their year. There's another goal there there's another goal and celebrations are starting. I can't think who's that fellow is on the ground.
Halfway through the last quarter, right?
Marcus Poposky kicked that one.
Marcus Poposky. And we're only halfway through the last quarter of this grand final, which promised so much and has been a fizzer. And full credit to the Circular Head boys. They've settled down and played football today, and it's a credit to them and to their coach, Vern Folk. 22-15, 147 Circular Head, and 14-16, 100 to Boat Harbour. Back into play. Fred Pearce picks up the ball, puts it out wide from Dale Atkinson. He loses the ball, dispossessed. Now he's got it again. Goes around one player, swings on his right foot up towards centre half forward position. A bit of, great mark taken by Cactus. Anthony Ambrose swings on the right boot out towards this grandstand side of the ground, and the man that's Carter only with eyes for the ball takes a good mark. He looks on and sees little Dean Gray. Dean Gray puts the handball out there for Marcy. Andrew Miller fighting on. He's played well, Andrew Miller, and he's trying to. And Jason Upton missed the ball. They're going for the ball now. Picked up by Miller. Miller sends the ball back. Paul Hancock chasing the ball, but it'll beat him out of bounds on the. Beat him out of bounds on the.
Was that your boy did that?
Beats him out of bounds here in the right in front of us in the grandstand. Bit of aggro, he's like his mother. He's picked up by the flying doormat, Brooks, and he sends it forward. A good attempt by Mark Pearce to take the mark.
Hit him on the face, didn't it?
Elbow. There's a throw by by the boundary umpire. Comes
He's
out.
a bit tired, I think.
Paul Hancock going for the ball. Now he's after it. He tackles the player, but the ball spills out free. Jason Upton. There's Rod Leary. Dives on the ball. They're trying to get the ball out, but nowhere going nowhere fast. And Blair Davis says, "Give me the ball, fellas. It's about time for me to have a kick." There's the bounce. Freda Marshall gets the tap. Ball comes out. Well, it hasn't come out. It's still in a scrum. And Blair's Blake Davis will blow the whistle again and said, "Give it to me again, fellas." And they're wanting to go on with it here. Anyway, umpire Davis has cooled tempers down now. The Seagulls have got this well and truly won as he bounces the ball.
Ooh, that's nearly kicking in danger there.
There comes the ball. They're still in a pack. And David started right at the bottom of that pack.
She's a bit fiery there.
Feeling gutsy, he was right at the bottom of that pack. There's the bounce, and David Studdard will get the ball. He knocks it out. Mark Pearce sweeps on the ball. With Snow-White face, he chases after the ball. Cactus Ambrose hot on his hammer, and he pushes.
Good play. No, he's pushing the back. He's pushing the back.
Away the free kick. fierce with the kick. There's his kick. Up towards centre half forward, looking for Brad Hanson. Can't find him. The ball goes over the back. Shane Richardson comes on the ball and it's knocked out by Jamie Upton. About 30 metres around on the boundary line from the left behind post, kicking towards the stable, came into the ground. That's in which Harbour are kicking. There they go. Brad Hanson gets the kick.
Oh, that's a good kick. Rod Leary.
What a goal! I think it is a goal.
Yes.
It's a goal. On his wrong foot, and Banana kicked it off his right boot, running into the left forward pocket, and the wing got hold of it, swung it around and sailed through, and that would probably be one of the goals of the day.
Do you reckon that one rivals that one of Anthony Ambrose's at the other end?
Well, for sheer endeavour, I suppose you'd have to say Cactus the way he came through, but that certainly was a top goal.
Yeah. It was a fairly fortunate goal, though, I suppose.
Here we have, ladies and gentlemen, the Flying Needle about to go on the ground. Here he goes, trying to inject something into this Boat Harbour side, and the Flying Needle is now on the ground.
Well, a great moment for Craig Symes to be going out in the grand final. It won't be a winning one, but still a great moment. We've got a mark out of Nicky Smith, and this will put it all beyond doubt, if it ever was.
Well, I don't think he'll kick this, Ray. He's not the best of kicks, is he?
No, he's
on the run. He seems to be better, but you never know your luck in a small country town.
Andrew Poposki's hanging back over here, though. No, he's kicked that.
He threaded her.
Yeah.
Threaded her. What a great effort it's been by this circular head side. They were beaten badly in the second semi-final by Boat Harbour, who threw everything at them. They tried to get a bit smart this time, I think, Boat Harbour, and put players in unfamiliar roles, and I think it's helped bring them undone. But full credit to the circular head boys, and I noticed Cactus is standing in the middle of the ground there, directing the troops, and what a last 5 or 10 minutes is going to be. The ball comes out wide. Ambrose tries to kick the ball off the ground. In they go after the ball. Picked up by Rod Leary. Threw it out to the Cook. So the free kick to Anthony Ambrose will be taken on the centre wing. There's the kick. She's a long bomb too. Up into the forward line. Up goes Flint. Can't mark the ball. Knocked back by Spinks. Here comes through Solder. Flint dives in the back and will give away a free kick. And Duncan Spinks will take the free kick just outside on the half-forward flank proper.
Silly play there when your man was streaming down the ground to give away that free kick off the ball like that. Jason Upton making the lead in the pockets, being ignored. I think he fancies himself from there. It'd have to be a mighty kick.
Duncan Spinks, there's his kick. It's not a bad kick either. It's going to drop right on the edge of the square. The ball's punched away. Comes out to where Paul Hancock picks up. Goes on his left boot. Sends it out wide. Going to the mark there. Marshall, he missed it. Picked up by Matthew Redmond. Should have given the handball, but went around on the boot. And Leighton Pope has taken the mark. A good mark taken by Leighton Pope. He's led from the front today and played a sterling game for the Seagulls. He sees the short pass across the ground and gives it to Rod Marthick. Marthick goes on the left boot.
Nicky Smith.
All
the way. All the way.
That's how easy it is, Craig. He miskicked it. Nicky Smith just ran onto the ball and hit him on the chest.
Who's this fella coming on now? 17 coming on for Boat Harbour.
Patrick Marshall coming onto the ground. He's been replaced.
Dale Atkinson he replaced. Yeah, that score there missed. Another behind.
Another behind to the circular head Seagulls, and that takes them on to 23 goals, 16, 154. And Boat Harbour Blues should be on 15, 16, 106.
Too noisy.
There's the kick in. The ball goes out wide. Will it roll out of bounds without anyone touch it? It does. And the free kick will go to Marcus Poposki, right in front of the scoreboard on the far side of the ground. Marcus Poposki, been a great player from today. He comes across, centres it across to the centre, looking for the big bloke there in Ralston. Ralston can't mark the ball. Through comes Chuck Flint, sends the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Patrick Marshall overruns the ball, picked up there by Ashley Hall. He'll go on his left boot, up towards centre half. Here's the flying needle, folks, but he's outmarked this time. Greater anticipation there by Shane Richardson. And Craig Symes was out of position that time. There's Richardson's kick back to the centre of the ground. Up they go. Marthick knocks the ball forward. Out it comes to where Brooks gets it. Kevin Brooks, he's been fairly quiet today. He puts it out towards Ashley Hall. He dodges one player. Swings around on the left. Puts it in. Craig Symes gets his hands on the ball. Knocks it out. No player there to get it. Out it comes on the other side of the ground. Picked up by Ambrose. He handballs the ball to the line and goes for a touch and finds the outer line on the other side of the ground. Circular Head Seagulls with this one well and truly won, and as we go in the last few minutes of the game, here comes the throw in now. Up they go, and it's knocked away by Flint. Flint knocks the ball forward, kicked off the ground by Pearce, taken by Marthy, across there towards the Seagulls player there in Gale. Gale puts it back to the centre of the ground. Here they overrun the ball. Oh, good tackle there put on there by Andrew Miller. Out it comes now to where Marshall picks up the ball for Circular Head, drives it forward looking for Nicky Smith. And the umpire is giving a free kick. Blair Davis is giving a free kick to Peter Marshall, who was interfered with by Nicky Smith. So Peter Marshall to take the kick in the back pocket.
Nicky's got a fair tear in his jumper there.
There goes the ball. Not a real good kick. David started out manoeuvred.
Leighton poke.
Down the ground, Leighton poke, and has he dobbed her?
I think so.
I think he has. Yes, he has. Leighton poke. Oh, ball round for the Circular Head mob. They've really fought Boat Harbour at this one, and as I said before, I think that some of the slick moves made by Boat Harbour pre-match didn't work. What do you reckon, Ray?
No, well, I think if you're going to make moves like that, you don't go and put them up on the blackboard, and because the move to put Brad Hanson on the wing, well, the Circular Head Seagulls knew about that before they even went out on the ground, and they had their man ready for that. If you're going to play those sort of surprise moves, well, you don't put your team up on the blackboard and things like that where supporters and things can see it, and you know, if your supporters can see it, surely the supporters of the other team can see it too. So
enough comment.
That's a mistake I think they've made.
Anyway, the ball's in dispute at just short of the centre half forward position for Boat Harbour, kicking towards the table cape into the ground. Blair Davis puts the ball to the ground. Peter Marshall gets a tap. Comes over in Craig Symes' direction. He can't get the ball. It comes out. Peter Marshall picks up the good mark taken there by Jamie Upton. He's played well too, Ray.
Yes, he's improved a lot as the year's gone on, Jamie. At the start of the season, he could barely take a mark or get a kick, but he's been quite a handy man, you know, for the majority of the season.
Peter Marshall just took a ripper mark on the other side of the ground, but here's this little bloke Carter. He's a real little try, this fella. He puts the ball back to the centre. It's marked there by Studdard. Studdard hasn't given, he's given it forward, but there's just no one up in the forward line for the Boat Harbour side.
No, with Sean Radford not firing at full forward, that's been the real disappointment for him, and Dale Atkinson not firing at all on the half forward line.
And puts it over to Brian, and here he goes. He's had one.
There's no one running near him.
No one near him. Runs his full measure and pops it through for one behind only.
Yes, he could have touched it down again and run a lot closer there. No one seemed to be interested in chasing him, so I think the Boat Harbour Blues have dropped their head. And
yes, certainly have, Ray. Sean Crane puts what a lovely kick that is. Out towards the far side of the ground. Peter Marshall contesting for the ball there. The ball hits the ground. It's picked up there by Poposky. He handballs it across, and it's this man Brian again, is it? Yes, certainly is. On the right boot up towards Nicky Smith. The ball hits the ground, and Sean Crane knocks it through for another behind. And Luke Sayer's just come on the ground. Cactus Ambrose, well done Cactus. He's come off the ground, and Luke Sayer goes on for a run. And well done Cactus. You played a real good game, and I reckon you've kicked the goal of the day. The mark taken at centre half back from that kick in by David Studdard. He sends the ball into the centre where it's marked by Fred Pearce, and they haven't stopped trying Boat Harbour, but they've just been outmanned. Here's Pearce's kick up towards centre half forward, looking for Brad Hanson.
Brad Hanson again.
At least he's given them something to kick to at centre half forward road.
Yes.
Quarter and a half.
I'm a bit worried about his kicking though. Brad is not the best kick in the league, and lead there from the flying needle ignored.
Anyway, he goes forward with it.
No.
Really a good mark taken there in the last line of defence. The ball goes off their hands and out of bounds in the left forward pocket for the Smithton Seagull, for the Boat Harbour Blues. There's the throw-in, up they go. Ball knocked away by Leighton Pope. Picked up there now and driven out. Marcus Rapowski over the ball. Never had the ball.
Yes, good decision there. Yes.
Trying to get to the ball. And Marcus Rapowski. There's his torpedo punt. Laid back on it, put it up towards Jason Upton. He couldn't mark the ball. Through comes.
He's been watching the Olympic Games.
9.6 degree of difficulty, and he done a cartwheel. The ball comes back. Through comes Chuck Flynn. He can't get it. Oh, he's broken down. If he was Horsade shooting, but picked up there by Wilson, and Wilson has put the ball through. And there's another one to the Circle Head goal. As they move along now, Circle Head 25 goals, 18. 168, is it? And they've got 1 minute left to go.
1 minute to go.
1 minute to go, and Circular Head going to cherish this moment for a while.
Yes, yeah, I think the only way for the Seagulls blokes to get their name in the paper, it's going to be hard for them to get them in there as the best player, so they're all having a shot at kicking goals now. So.
Certainly are. Well, we're inside the last minute, folks, of the 1992 Grand Final, and the ball comes out wide where Rod Leary sweeps on the ball, and Marthick comes through. He picks up the ball. He's racing out on that far side wing, knocks it back towards the centre of the ground. Then through coming there would be Lyndon Gale. He's trying to kick a goal, is he? No. The ball's knocked back there by Solder. The ball's still going forward for Circle Head. They've got the momentum going. The ball comes. Paul Hancock gets the ball. Might be the last kick of the day, but puts it up forward and taken by Matthew Redmond. Redmond swings around on his right boot, and Brad Hanson has marked the centre half forward. Just outmanoeuvred his opponent there in Finlay that time.
I think Andrew Ferguson in Canada can breathe a sigh of relief. I think he's still going to have a share of his record, so it looked in danger very much earlier, but every other record's gone today. The highest winning margin today, and also the highest score, and Andrew's record's been equalled as well, so it's been a day of records for the Circle Head Seagulls.
There's the kicking. Can't be much time left on the clock, and Andrew Popotski has taken the mark on the half-back flank. There's his kick back towards the centre. 92 Grand Final are the Circular Head Seagulls. As we zoom in on the scoreboard, we see that the Circular Head Seagulls have kicked 25 goals, 18, 168, and to the Boat Harbour Blues 15, 17, 107. Congratulations to the Boat Harbour and the Seagulls for a great game of football, but all congratulations going to the Circular Head Seagulls, to Vern Folk, Leighton Folk, Shane Richardson. Congratulations, fellas. And Ray, a last few words?
Yes, it's good. The work has been put in by fellas like Leighton Poke and Shane Richardson early in the season. They didn't look like they was going to get a side going at one stage, and it's full congratulations to them. It's their work, and it's their reward today for the work that they put in. Well done, fellas.
Yes, congratulations.
Turn around to the Well, it's been a fairly one-sided grand final today. Bit of disappointment again for the Boat Harbour Blues, but full congratulations to the Seagulls. They were far too good on the day, and I'm sure they'll enjoy their celebrations. What do you think, Doc?
Yes, congratulations to the Seagulls. They certainly done this, and from all of the crew of the Salisbury team, Ray Foley, Jack Hancock, Julie Ferguson on the camera, just congratulations to the Seagulls, and now we can look forward to next year for 1993. The winner of the half-time competition, who was that?
Devon Prince.
Who was it? Well done, White. He's over there. Blues.
Congratulations to the Seagulls. What we're going to do, get the medallions, we'll call you out in Guernsey number, we'll leave the captain to last, so Nathan, if I miss you out, don't panic.
Mickey's no jumper. Go, go! Next week,
Number 10, David Stokes. Number 11, Michael Finlay.
Come on, the new set.
Number 14, Damien Carter.
Attack us!
And the coach inside with the Vern Pope. Bring back through. Did you bring him along? Unfortunately, the cup couldn't be presented.
Where's the coat to put in it?
Yes, fellas.
Okay, fellas, I'd just like to say thanks to both Harbour commiserations. But we've earned this one, but we've missed out on two. It's nice to win one. Thanks a lot.
We should have read it. Oh,
Thanks to boys, we can ease all the
Willie and Rosemary and Barry, thank you very much for being with us tonight. It's been really enjoyable. I really enjoyed the singing. Great to hear Miss Nightingale, I think you were calling it, don't you now? I agree. That was fantastic. And congratulations to everybody that's been associated with the league, all the hard-working executives, the umpires, the players. It takes a lot of organisation and effort to have things work properly. I know that you've done a very, very good job this year. Thanks for that opportunity, Mel, and now it's my pleasure to announce congratulations, Ray. You've seen Ray up here tonight. He's done an excellent job. I'm sure you'll all agree, not only tonight but throughout the season. So it is a real pleasure to donate this trophy on behalf of Rosemary and myself for the service to the league, Ray. Well done.
Well, I didn't think umpires could win a popularity award, and it just proved me wrong. This really means a lot to me, because the league means a lot to me, and right from the day I got got involved. I think it started out with Brad Hanson asked me to umpire, so all you blokes that don't like me umpire, I blame Brad. Right from day one, I could see the potential that the league had. I don't know whether Bevan and Brad had that really what the way the league has developed in mind when they first started up, but it's taken, you know, other people to sort of develop the idea that they had, and I've been involved in that, and I really appreciate the privilege I've had in doing that. Anything I've done over the years, I've done it all with this league, the best for this league in mind, and I'll continue to do so in the future. Thank you very much for your support and for everything you've done for me, and I'm really touched by this. Thank you.
True, hasn't it, for this league? We appreciate it, right? Would you like me to read a hanky, mate? Right? Oh, it's a Seagulls one, sorry. Oh, I'll come equipped for you, mate. They stopped, God, that was the right my last little bit for tonight. Have you enjoyed the season? Give it back to him in that voting, and we appreciate that. Would you just give Ray another round of applause, guys? About take.
Well, I'd just like to formally welcome everybody here tonight. I'll just go through the list. I don't think I've left anyone out of the list, so by the time we get through that, it'll be time to go home. We've got 3 levels of government represented tonight. We've got Mr. Chris Miles, MHR, and his wife. We've got from the state government, we've got Mr. Ron Cornish and his wife, Rosemary. Yeah, I'm not sure what his names and his wives. And we have from the Burnie City Council, we have Alderman David Curry and his wife here as well. From our footballing friends along the coast here, the Darwin Football Association, we have their Vice President and Mr. Alec Fiddler and his wife. All the way from the North Island, we have our guest speaker for tonight, Mr. Barry Sutton, and his wife Julie, who is going to tickle the ivories here a bit later on, and also something a little bit special for all you young singers. We have Rosemary Sutton, who is going to sing for us a little bit later on. And I've got to remind Mel here that he's not to introduce her as Barry's daughter. She's Rosemary Sutton. She doesn't want to be known as Barry's daughter. So I don't know whether that's anything to do with Barry or not, but and also there's a few people we'd like to thank. Morris and Jenny Townsend for opening our home for the Suttons to stay for the weekend. It's very kind of them to do that, and we appreciate that very much. To the trophy donors that are here tonight, Mr. Charles and Cheryl Hanson, Mr. Vern Little, Mr. Earl Gillow has donated a map of Tasmania over there, which will stay within the league with all the premiers' names on it. With a new name to go on there next week, whether it be Circle Seagulls or Boat Harbour Blues, we'll have to wait and see. To the executive members, and their wives, welcome, and thank you for your contributions this year. We've got 4 of the 5 coaches here of the teams. Mr. and Mrs. Graham Perry, Graham's coach of City Warriors. Mr. and Mrs. David Cassidy from David's Leaven Hawks. Mr. and Mrs. Vern, no, not Mr. and Mrs. Vern Pope, Mr. Vern Pope is here with his sister. Sorry about that, Vern. So it's good to see you here, and Mr. David Stubbs is here also, from the Boat Harbour Blues. To all the players, and in particular the players' wives, thank you for your support throughout the season. To all the supporters, whether you're here tonight, whether you're not a player's wife or a player or an umpire or anything like that, we thank you for your support. We really need supporters. And last but not least, to the top team of the year, the only team in the year that's gone through the season undefeated, the umpires. So thank you everybody for attending tonight. Just a few things about the season which I'd like to highlight. It's been a really good season, made really good I think by the inclusion of the Circle Head Seagulls again, and it's good to have you back. We had a few worrying moments at the start of the year. I know Bob and I went down to Circle Head to have a meeting with Shane and a few people, and it didn't look very positive, but we didn't let on that we didn't think things were going to work out. We just told Shane that it was going to work, and eventually he believed us, and as a result they're in next week's grand final, and I wish them all the best. Just as the teams have gone, last year's premiers, Brooklyn Tigers, have had a little bit of a tough time this year. I think one thing about our league, it's not like the AFL where lowly teams like the Brisbane Bears and Sydney Swans and them are going to take years to recover. Just 1 year of everybody working together and recruiting players and things like that, and the whole thing can turn around in 1 year in our league. That's the beauty of it. City Warriors, I think there's a radio show on ABC which sort of emulates your season. We could have been champions. You had the players to be champions, and if only you could have got a full team there every Saturday, particularly in those early games, I think you should have been in for the double chance, but you can't play games with only half a side there each Saturday, so I know the fellas that are here tonight are not very confident in that, but we've got to encourage those to turn up every Saturday, regardless, because you can't play a game of football against a full side if you've only got half a side. The Leaven Hawks, again finishing third, a little bit disappointing today in the last half, but a good season no doubt, and the highlight of their season I think has been Alan Mansfield's form at centre-half forward, and he broke the league record for goal kicking, which was eventually broken again by another player, but he set the standard and everybody had to catch him. So, been a good season for the Hawks. For the Circle Head Seagulls, first season back, it's been a good season. A really good last half of the season when went from, I think, the end of May to last Saturday undefeated. Been a few tough things happening off the field, which I think as a club you're to be commended on the way that those things were handled. So the Boat Harbour Blues, who fought their way into the grand final last week, they're very much the birds of paint side. They just keep on keeping on and see what happens next week now. They're always thereabouts, and you can never write them off. And the team of umpires, we've had a good year. We've increased our numbers a bit by including people like Mr. Ernie Wigg and Mr. The other fellow, the bread man, Gary Love. He's the inclusion of these two men has really helped our ranks with a bit of experience, and also Mr. Ian King, for a former player. It's good to see former players taking up the whistle, because we need that. And also Greg Price, I will thank you for your contribution in switching from the boundary to the centre. It's helped us out a lot of holes, and it's been really good. I'll just get Malcolm to get me some certificates. We want to give out a few trophies and things now to some of our umpires and things for their efforts for the year. Well, with these people, when the names are called, come forward and receive a certificate of appreciation for their efforts this year. Mr. Marcus Prentice, the boundary umpire. Mr. Richard Hayes, boundary umpire. While he's coming, Mr. Andrew King for boundary umpire. Mr. Michael Sheriff, goal umpire. Mr. Brian Spur, goal umpire. Mr. Earl Gillow, goal umpire. Mr. Terry Thorpe, goal umpire. Mr. Kevin Holden, goal umpire. Kevin's not here tonight. Mr. Blair Davis, central umpire. Mr. Ian King, central umpire. Mr. Greg Price, central and boundary umpire. Mr. Gary Love, central umpire. And two special awards for people who have really put in this year in boundary umpiring. For 2 seasons, this fella's put in really well, so we'd like to give him a trophy. Mr. Ian Mollison. Ian's only in grade 7 at school, he does a mighty job for us. And the first year boundary umpire has really put in well this year and has really done a good job, Mr. Stuart Sayer. These 2 trophies have been donated by Charles and Cheryl Hanson, and we thank you for that. The boys are shy, I won't say anything. We've really put out an outstanding service this year in the area of umpiring. First of all, Mr. Ernie Wigg, the umpire just made every game in the Super. Including one game on his own when nobody else turned up. And I think, when you see the size of the man, I think it's a mighty effort. That one was donated by Bevan Newman. And another one goes to Mr. David Cobby, our old stalwart. He's been with us for a lot of years, and David has umpired this year under a tremendous amount of pressure, and we really appreciate the effort he put in.
On behalf of all the umpires, I'd really like to thank you for your appreciation of what we are trying to help people play football. I and a few of the other umpires umpired in the Union and the NTFL, and you used to get a reward by money. But since I've been umpiring the Christian Football League, you get a thank you, and the thank you is from the bottom of the heart, and that's a lot more than any dollars would. Thank you.
I've got some for the players too. I just don't totally think the umpires, but the President's Encouragement Awards this year, one for each club, for players who are always there, who always put in, whether they're not so much on their skill, but they're the players that make up the numbers, who are always at training, and you base a club around these type of people. You can't base a club around people who are only there once a fortnight. For Brooklyn Tigers, Michael Palmer. Trevor DeKeevan. Thank you. First thing I've got for the year is the wooden spoon. I put a few names on it. I've asked the captain of the Brooklyn Tigers, Ben French, to come and set the wooden spoon. Just a couple of things. We're always getting lost properly in the change rooms. I found this in the change room. Somebody give Kevin Brooks back his cane, please. With pleasure. I found a little bit confusing this year because some of the names have been going around the grounds and things like that. The first game I umpired this year was down at Forest, and this bloke there they call him Uppy. And when you're running around the ground, it sounds like they call him, good one Uppy. I thought they was talking to me. And then they started calling it charity. I thought, well, I didn't give him an easy free kick. That's just what charity means. But I was a little bit more at home with Leaving Hawks. They had a bloke they called Turkey. I was more used to that one. And then City Warriors come up with a bloke called Ray Hislop, and being the same first name, I found that people saying, oh, good one, Ray, and all this sort of thing, and I thought they was talking to me, but I soon found out they weren't. And then, most of you know I've had a few adversaries in the teams over the years, and I went into the circle of head sheets one day, and Anthony Ambrose, my old adversary from Seagulls, wasn't real happy with the umpiring. And he said to me, even you're not that bad. And I thought, that's pretty good praise. And then, it wasn't long after that Mark Spur said something to me. He said, you're better than that other bloke. And I thought, this is getting too much for me, I have to give the game away. And the final straw was I went to Launceston to umpire the game down there, and I found a bloke there that hated me more than what Anthony does, so I thought it's definitely time to give the game away. But I thought, in passing, before I do give the game away, which I decided I'm going to give up central umpire, I'm going to ask these blokes, one from each club, the blokes that give me the hardest time over the years to come and accept their due rewards. Anthony's not here, so I'll get Shane to come up and get this for me. Mark Pearce from Harbour Blues always gives me a hard time. Mark Spur from City Warriors. From Leaving Hawks, Jason Squibb was probably giving me his hard time anyway. And from Brooklyn Tigers, I was hoping Dale Highland would be here, but I think his deputy would have to be Tim Scott, so I'll see